Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Sam Redgate-Large channel. It's another day, it's another dawn, and today we're going to be looking at Tottenham Hotspur under Antonio Conte. Exciting stuff if you're a Tottenham Hotspur fan, a very exciting time for you. And of course, we've got Norwich City as well. Let's not rule them out. They might not be in the greatest of form, but since the introduction of Dean Smith as well, we have had a Norwich City side that has looked a lot better, I think is the best way to put it. Let me know in the chat, guys, if you can hear me okay, all of that stuff, and of course what your score prediction is for Tottenham Hotspur versus Norwich City. Let me know what your score prediction is, and we'll run through the teams, and then I will tell you my score prediction as well. So as you can see on your screen right now, we do have the two teams. We do have the two teams for you, and the two teams are as follows with Tottenham Hotspur. Starting us off in goal is Captain Fantastic Hugo Lloris. Davinson Sanchez, Eric Dyer and Ben Davies are the three at the back. As you can see, very Antonio Conte to play a fullback at centre-half. This isn't FIFA 21, FIFA 22. This is Antonio Conte doing it in real life. And it is very Conte to play a fullback at centre-half. We saw it with, of course, Azpilicueta. And he tends to pick a player who is maybe not the best going forward, but defensively is a solid player. And Ben Davies looks like he could be that man, and isn't a slouch either. Isn't the fastest, but isn't the slowest as well. And that's what makes an Antonio Conte midfield very, very the midfield defense very strong and solid. The other player I thought he was going to do this was with Tanganga, but Tanganga, as you can see, is starting at right wing back in the 3-4-3 with Oliver Skip and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg in centre midfield. I think Højbjerg is going to be that sort of linchpin in this Spurs side, and then Reguilon starting at left wing back. So plenty of pace and power in those wide areas, and goal scoring threat and creativity as well for Spurs. So there is plenty to go at if you are a Spurs fan, plenty to get excited for. And of course, the three players up front, do they really need an introduction, ladies and gents? Do they really? I'm not so sure. Well, specifically two of them anyway. I'm not sure Heung-min Son and Harry Kane need an introduction, but we know the threat of that front three when on their day and in form. We know what they can be like. We know they can be fantastic. And it's a really, really intriguing one, the way that this Spurs side is going to set up with that three at the back. And I think it's going to benefit Spurs so much more. Be able to use, because they have so many wonderful players in wide areas, be able to use these players to their benefit. And, maybe under a Conte, maybe a bit of a slower start than one would have imagined. But they're here, and I'm sure today we're going to see a good Tottenham Hotspur side, because if I'm brutally honest with you, if they don't, then there's going to be massive questions around Spurs and around their form. There's going to be huge questions. Let's have a look at the comments before we jump into the Norwich City side. Fraser saying it's Saturday night and I like the way you move. Divock Origi, after Origi snatched all 3 points in the Liverpool game yesterday. I thought, in the midst of my depression following Chelsea's loss to West Ham, I thought Wolves were going to do a nice for us, but maybe not. Divock Origi came to save them. Hugo Lloris ain't that fantastic as a captain he is, and Captain Fantastic is a phrase that people use anyway. But yes, maybe a little bit inconsistent. Consider for someone who's won the World Cup, I do believe he made a mistake in the World Cup final as well, which kind of shows you the level that he's at. He can still make mistakes, Hugo Lloris. So you're never in the clear with Hugo Lloris, I think is the best way to put it. Then let's move on, though. That's enough Spurs talk. As a Chelsea fan, I don't want to talk about Spurs all that often. Afternoon to Josh as well. And enjoy the Christmas market. That sounds like it'll be good fun for you. So let's talk about Norwich. And as you can see by the thumbnail, by this little picture as well down on the right-hand side, you can see who I'm going to be keeping a close eye on today. Chelsea boy, Billy Gilmore, but we'll touch on him in a little while. So let's have a rundown of this team. So in goal, they've got Tim Krul, a veteran to the game now, consistent performer. And, well, what else can you want from a goalkeeper? He'll do a job, but, maybe Norwich City should do better and help Tim Krul out a little bit more. Next up, we've got, I nearly said Danny Aarons then, but that is the YouTuber, Max Aarons starting at right back. It looks like it's going to be a 5 at the back with Omabamidele, Hanley and Gibson as the 3 at the back. The last time I saw Norwich, of course, was against Chelsea where they lost 7-0. Mason Mount's got a hat-trick, but Hanley was very, very good for Norwich. And I know that sounds stupid, but Hanley kept Havertz quiet that entire game. Havertz barely had a sniff. And, that is credit to him. Unfortunately, the rest of the Norwich defence needed to book their ideas up if they were going to have a better performance than they did against Chelsea. But that's a long time ago. In the past, Norwich have got their first 2 wins now, and only onwards and upwards from here for Norwich City. And then they've got Brandon Williams of Manchester United at left wing back. Brandon Williams, we all know the talents of him as well. A very, very good wing back, maybe not so much as a full back. So playing a 5 at the back might favour Norwich in this sense. And we saw him when Luke Shaw was playing at centre half. I believe it was under Solskjaer, or was it under the late era of Jose Mourinho? I think we saw the best of Brandon Williams. Yet to see that in a Norwich shirt, but still a very young man, and still plenty of time to grow and improve as a footballer generally. Then we have across the 3 in midfield. It looks like it's going to be a 5-3-2 rather than maybe any other formation, rather than sort of a 3 at the back. It does look like it's going to be a 5 because I think Norwich, their game plan today, I think it's going to be sit back, make Spurs do the work, because Spurs, there'll be gaps that open up in that Spurs defence as they hit them on the attack. But make Spurs do the work, keep yourselves in the game for as long as possible, and maybe try and nick a point late on in the game. That is probably the best way that I can describe that Norwich are going to set up today. Obviously, that didn't work against Chelsea, but under a new manager, like I say, it could be much more different. By the way, if you see me eating or drinking, it's because I've not had any lunch yet. I have got back from the gym, had a shower, and then I'm sat here in my little studio, getting myself going. And thank you, Fraser, for going over to the Twitch chat. If you haven't already, and you have a Twitch chat, be sure to go over to there as well. And go follow the Twitch chat as well. Apparently, it's a bit quicker, the response on Twitch, Fraser. So you'll have to let me know on that one. You will have to let me know. And then the 2 up front is, of course, is Teemu Pukki. I don't think we expected anything different, really, did we, than Teemu Pukki? But it's also young man, 20-year-old Idar, born in 2001, which makes me feel really old because I'm a 1999 baby. But I definitely think it's quicker, Fraser, because you just responded to that rapidly, mate. But, he's played 9 times for Norwich City this season. Another start for him. Potentially, could be a breakthrough season for him. Of course, he's played 9 times and not scored a goal yet. But at the age of 20, all of this is good experience for a young man like him. Coming up against the best players, working out how to maneuver your way around these players. All of that kind of thing is very, very important for young footballers, and playing alongside the likes of Teemu Pukki, who is an absolute professional and can show him lots of handy tips and tricks. I'm sure we'll have a good championship, if not Premier League player on our hands there in Idar. But those are the 2 sides. Fraser thinks it's the same. Fair enough, Fraser. Let me know your score predictions for today's game. And unfortunately, even with the introduction of Dean Smith, I think we can only see this going one way, because it's Dean Smith versus Antonio Conte. And even just on that, you'd go Antonio Conte, wouldn't you? You'd go Antonio Conte. But, Tim Krul could be the man to save him. He had a really good performance. Despite conceding, 7 or 8 against Chelsea, he did have a good performance and saved a penalty against Mason Mount, which was eventually, retaken, which was then converted. So Dean Smith, Antonio Conte, going to be a good battle. 2 brand new managers as well. So it should be exciting. And let me just take a swig of my drink. What streams were you doing? What streams this week will you be doing across? I don't even know what GG is, unless I'm being stupid there. But across the week, I'll probably only do the Champions League, the Chelsea Champions League game. And yes, absolutely. Thank you for reminding me, Fraser. If you are new to the channel, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll keep you up to date with everything going on in Spurs versus Norwich today. We may be a little bit behind, but you'll get all of my live reaction as well. So I'm looking forward to this game. Like I say, to see the. I've just, as soon as I read the chat, then it completely distracted me. To see both of these new managers, as I have said multiple times in this stream already. So Fraser is going with a 2-0 win to Spurs. I can see that. I can see it being a goal fest, if I'm honest with you. If Spurs are going to win to 0, it's going to be a goal fest. I'm telling you that now. But I'm excited to see Dean Smith, how he'll line up this Norwich City side. Obviously, a different side to what we're used to. Potentially, it will be a different setup. Almost adamantly, it'll be a different setup. But interesting to see. And Joshua Chats Football also going with 2-1 to Spurs as well. So, afternoon, Fraser. Afternoon, Oliver. Want me to keep you up to date with them? Yeah, you can do, Fraser. That would be greatly appreciated, and then I can keep those up to date as well. And the players are just coming out onto the pitch here, and we will be underway in a little while. I haven't said my score prediction for today's game. I think it is. It's tough. It's going to be tough for this Norwich City side, even with Dean Smith as manager. What do I think? That is the question. I really don't know. I think I'm going to go with 3-1 Spurs. Norwich to get the first one, and then Harry Kane and the boys in white to dominate, and then to come back and get the win. That is my score prediction for today's game. And so we are just looking at it. Definitely is a 3-4-3 for Spurs. The thing with Spurs is that you look at that defence. I wouldn't trust Eric Dyer as the centre point of that defence. I really wouldn't trust him as the centre point. But then who else are you going to play? Not a clue. But we'll be underway shortly, ladies and gents. I will snack and then we'll be ready. Interestingly, this channel has gone with a 3-5-2 rather than a 5 at the back. So that is an interesting takeaway from it, with wing backs of Max Aarons and Brandon Williams rather than them being more defensively minded, which, maybe trying to match Spurs in the centre of the midfield and maybe trying to match them and just sort of cause them a few problems, because that is always the danger. You look at West Ham yesterday, they tried to match them, but then changed it. And that really helped them because Chelsea weren't expecting the change and didn't deal with the change well. And as a result of that, ended up winning, of course, unfortunately for me. However, I have just seen a couple of names on that Norwich City bench, and Todd Cantwell, he has fallen out of favour after 2 seasons ago. It was almost a delightful season, I'm tempted to say, in this Norwich City side, and he's fallen out of favour, or he did under the last manager anyway, and he's definitely got the talent there. It's undoubted the talent is undoubted for Todd Cantwell, but just just out of favour. And under Dean Smith, fresh start for him. Maybe we'll see the very best of Todd Cantwell under Dean Smith. And, he was linked to, I'm pretty certain he was linked to a move with Spurs. So that shows the calibre of player he can be on his day. But at the moment, not really getting a sniff. And obviously under the new formations and stuff like that, which managers are trying out, maybe Todd Cantwell doesn't fit in and maybe he's not the man for the job here. Players are just taking the knee. Norwich are in their orangey ready kit, is the best way to say, and they are kicking from left to right, and Spurs in their home kit, kicking from right to left. And we are underway in the London Stadium as well. If you haven't already, guys, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I'll keep you up to date with everything going on in this game. And let's see who starts the brightest here. Even though it was a Norwich City kickoff, it has already fallen to Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham will be wanting to get out of the blocks nice and early here. Brandon Williams just testing his legs a little bit here, and he's going to fly around Davinson Sanchez, but Davinson Sanchez puts the afterburners on and does really well there to stop a corner. Spurs, though, will be wanting to get out the blocks early because, like I said earlier on, I think Norwich are going to sit back. I think they'll absorb pressure really well and set up nicely under Dean Smith, and then I think they'll look to hit them on the counter, keep themselves in the game for as long as possible, and maybe snatch a late point or even 3 points as well. And like I say, left to right for Norwich in this first half. Yeah, it definitely looks more like a 3 at the back than a 5 at the back just from this initial setup. That's a long ball there, looking forward, looking for Pukki. Lovely ball that. I think that was from Billy Gilmore. Pukki up against Dyer. Looks for Idar in the centre of the box, but good defensive play there by, I believe, Højbjerg to break up the play in midfield. Norwich, I'm quite surprised at that. That was a good sort of attack there. And that's another lovely ball in behind there from Brandon Williams looking for Idar. Idar up against Eric Dyer. Has to come back, though, and use Brandon Williams once again. Comes back to Gibson, who goes to Hanley. Norwich dictating possession in the opening stages of this game, which is good to see, actually, because as a side that are newly promoted, a bit of a yo-yo side, go up and down, up and down, up and down, then it's good to see teams get on the ball and look to play rather than just being settled and sitting back. And that's really well done there from Idar. And a lovely exchange there. Rolls it to Pukki. Pukki! Oh, what a save from Lloris! Nearly an opportunity there for Teemu Pukki. Great save by Hugo Lloris, and brilliant play down that right-hand side by Norwich. A lovely exchange between Lees Malou and Max Aarons, and the ball put in there by, I think it was Idar who pulled it back for Teemu Pukki, and Lloris with a very smart save, and oh my gosh. When does your internship run out? I'm not sure yet. I might be getting taken on full time. Here's Aarons again. Pukki and Norwich City starting the brightest so far. And a really good early opportunity there. Maybe Pukki, I think he'll look at himself and he'll be annoyed. But Hugo Lloris did have to get down and make a smart save there for Norwich City. And oh my gosh, what a scintillating start. And Norwich showing that actually they're not going to do what I thought they were going to do. They're going to go attack themselves. But here's an opportunity for Harry Kane driving forward. Closely marked by Gilmore. He's got Son up with him, but really well defended there by, I believe, Lees Malou, and a combination of Lees Malou and Billy Gilmore. And Norwich able to get themselves back on the ball again. Afternoon, Real Tom. Hope you're doing well, mate. He's going with a Norwich City win. Oh. And Josh might be getting a green screen as well. Nice one, Josh. Oh. Early start. Nuno Espirito Santo is in the chat. Great to see you, dude. Lovely ball, clip forward there, looking for Pookie again. That out ball seems to be on at the moment. Spurs getting a little bit exposed by a long ball over the top. Long ball over the top. Norwich are crap. Conte will thrash these mugs. I wouldn't be surprised. Skip with an effort from the edge of the box there, having driven forward. Going back to League One or something. Crikey. If you are new, mate, be sure to drop a subscribe and a like on the video for me. And I wouldn't be surprised if Antonio Conte's men do win this game. But Norwich definitely have started really bright, surprisingly bright, actually. Didn't expect them to make a start like this. But as I said right at the beginning and reiterated that, Tottenham need to come out of the blocks firing, because under Dean Smith, this Norwich City side is going to be one to be reckoned with, I tell you what. Here's Omabama Dele. Rolls it back to Grant Hanley, the captain of Norwich City. Just playing the ball around the back here, which was convenient because, I was eating. The ball into McLean there. Flipped round the corner by Brandon Williams, looking for the run of Idar. Idar's done really well there, and he's had a foul. He's given away a foul, but that press is really, really on for them at the moment. Really on for them. And Norwich seem to be pressing really high, and that is a good sign for a competitive game, at least. Maybe not a good sign for the Spurs fans, if there are any Spurs fans in the chat. But they're pressing high, they're getting on the ball, and they're doing well so far. The opening 6 minutes have really been, Norwich have been the better side, but Spurs have always got that opportunity just to turn up the class. Afternoon, Josh Ring. How are we doing, mate? How are we doing? I'm finally out of my depression, and I thought, hopefully, if Norwich beat Spurs, then that would take me completely out of the depression and make me feel better about myself again. If you haven't already, I don't know why you wouldn't have, but if you haven't already subscribed to A View from the Stands, make sure to go and subscribe to him as well. Son with a bit of space here. Rolls it back to Skip. A little bit of miscommunication there between the two of them. Tanganga out on this right-hand side. Into Mora, who's trying to twist and turn and weave away. Goes to Tanganga. Spurs just slowing the play down here a little bit, maybe trying to get themselves on the ball after that opening 5 minutes of Norwich City, 6 minutes of Norwich City dominance. Here's Serge Reguilon into the feet of Heung-min Son. Son trying to twist and weave away from Lees Malou, but Lees Malou marking him close and not giving the South Korean any time to attack at all. Stood in line at JD Sports at the moment. Christmas shopping. I still need to do mine, to be fair. I still need to do mine. Lucas Moura goes out wide to Tanganga. Tanganga comes back to Oliver Skip into Lucas Moura. Spurs, they need to up the pressure and play the ball a little bit faster if they're looking to get through. Good defensive job there by Brandon Williams, who's managed to put the ball behind for, I believe that's a Norwich City goal kick as well. Played it off. Played. That is a word, played. I don't know why I thought that wasn't. Played it off Tanganga, and it was good defensive play there from Brandon Williams. I questioned maybe his defensive ability. Oh. Watching that again, he doesn't actually win the ball, and Tanganga's foot hits his ankle. You might have seen them given. I think it'd have been a light one, but might have seen them given. Horrible refereeing, clear penalties, this dude. Oh, classic. Not gonna lie, Sam. He's already better than Jamie Carragher. Thanks. I'll have to do my Scouse accent to get that. Spurs getting themselves on the ball now. I think that's the reaction Conte would have wanted, but impressed with Norwich in the opening 5 or so minutes. Impressed with them and showing that they can attack and play good, nice football as well, like the Aston Villa Dean Smith side. I still think Dean Smith and going to Newcastle, I still think that would have been a good move for Newcastle United if they could have got him. But Norwich City have got their man, and I think Norwich are favourites now out of the two of them to stay up because because of Dean Smith. I don't fancy Eddie Howe whatsoever. Whereas Dean Smith, more of a lovely play from Lucas Moura there. Just up the tempo there, Lucas Moura nicked the ball. He's going to shoot from range. Oh my God, what a finish from Lucas Moura! Oh my gosh, Lucas Moura. What a goal. What a goal, Lucas Moura. Oh my gosh, from about 25 yards out, Lucas Moura has smashed one into the back of the net, and the dribbling as well from Moura to take him away from Billy Gilmore, roll it into Son, good touch, drops his shoulder, smacks it from 25 yards out, and what a goal from Lucas Moura. What a finish. That's what we wanted to see nice and early on. Get the goals flowing in quick and fast. What a strike, Lucas Moura. And he was so calm. He was so calm when he scored that. He just put his hands up to the sky. And oh my gosh, if that had been me, I'd have been running around with my shirt off. You'd have seen me absolutely screaming the house down as I just did there. What a goal, Lucas Moura. What a way to start the game. And Norwich now are going to have to bring the game to Spurs. That would have been out of their game plan. It really would have been out of their game plan. But what a finish. What a finish from Lucas Moura. Oh my gosh. We maybe haven't seen enough of that from Lucas Moura during his time at Spurs. But my gosh, what a goal. What a finish. Oh, that got me heart rate going, and I'm a Chelsea fan. Oh, I love to see good goals flying. Love to see good goals flying in. We've got 13 people in the chat. If you haven't already, be sure to drop a like on the video. Or if you're over on Twitch, be sure to drop me a follow as well. And I'll keep you up to date with everything going on in this game. And I'll try not to scream in your ears like I just did there when Lucas Moura scored that goal. Oh, my gosh. Sam Topless, is he Ronaldo or something? I mean, I'd like to hope so, but it'd be the passion, Fraser. The passion would get the better of me if I scored a goal that good. Oh my gosh! And Norwich City are going to have to rethink now. They're going to have to rethink now because I'm not sure they've come from behind too many times this season to take points. Lees Malou looks to roll one forward there for Pukki, but really good defending from Sanchez just to block it off. You've ordered me a Christmas present. Is that going to be like a key ring with... I actually need a key ring. So if it's a key ring, Josh, I'll absolutely take it. I need a key ring. And I'll show my Northern Irish heritage. Here's Hanley. Into Aarons. Norwich really need to regroup now. Really need to regroup. What a goal. What a finish that was. Honestly, I don't even think I did that justice. Like, even with that shout, like the play from Lucas in the build-up to that goal, absolutely brilliant. Like, to take it away from Gilmore, take it away from another, roll it, the 1-2 with Son, to drop his shoulder, to get away from, I think it was Omar Bami Deli, and then the audacity, the cheek to strike it from there. What a goal by Heung-min Son. Norwich, though, definitely need a reaction. Eric Dyer running a bit risky here, playing it back. That's fallen to Pukki. Pukki, oh, what's he done that for? He should have shot Teemu Pukki, but the attack might still be on. Aaron's looking for Gilmore, but really good defending there by Eric Dyer. Rolled it back. Here is Aaron's again. He's going to whip one in. Oh, Spurs living life dangerously there. My gosh, living life dangerously. Harry Kane's going to take it away here. It's being tracked back by the, I think it was Teemu Pukki doing his defensive duties there, giving away a foul on Harry Kane. Oh my gosh. Eric Dyer, I don't know why he played that back to Hugo Lloris there. He has all kinds of problems, and Lloris was only successful in picking out Teemu Pukki. Cynical foul there from Teemu Pukki, but good to see him doing his defensive duties, tracking back and stopping the counter-attack. It will be a yellow card for the... I nearly said Norwegian. Where's he from? Finland. Finnish. He's finished. Red card, says Nuno. Maybe on another day. Maybe on another day. I cannot believe that Nuno finish, that Mora finish. But Norwich definitely have reacted here, and they're looking to get themselves on the ball. Here's Brandon Williams looking for movement in front of him, rolls it into Pukki. Pukki, but absolutely sealed out there by two Tottenham Hotspur players. And Tanganga can move the ball forward. Here's Oliver Skip, rolls it into Mora, back into Højbjerg. Højbjerg goes over to Serge Reguilon. Reguilon to Son. Reguilon. Højbjerg looks forward. Lovely ball into... Oh, that was a lovely ball into the feet of Reguilon there. That was good football from Antonio Conte's men. You can see the difference, really. You can see the difference, really, between the Nuno Espirito Santo Spurs side. Unfortunately, Nuno, I know you are in the chat, but you can see the difference between the two. And just the football that is being played at this current moment in time by Tottenham Hotspur just looks so much better. The pass, the move, bringing in the wide players looks much, much better, and pressing the ball high as well. Something that we saw a lot at Chelsea under Antonio Conte was pressing the ball high as well. Fraser asking, how did the West Ham third goal go in? I don't know, Fraser. I really don't know. I don't know what Mendy's thinking. I think he switches off. But the whole mentality of that Chelsea team yesterday was awful. Awful. Honestly. Absolutely awful. There's a foul there on Max Aarons there by Serge Reguilon there. He does go over to give him some sympathy. If you haven't already, guys, just a reminder to drop a like on the stream for us. Can we hit 15 likes on this stream? I would greatly, greatly appreciate it if we could. And yeah, a cynical foul there from Serge Reguilon. Knew exactly what he was doing. Just came into the back of Max Aarons and picks up a yellow card. Rightly so. 16 minutes on the clock. We've already had 2 yellow cards, though. Reguilon will be walking on a little bit of a tightrope. For the rest of the game. Are you not a moderator on that account, Josh? I'll sort that out when I'm set up properly and I've actually got my phone on the account, but I'm not signed into the account on this one. They're two great goalkeepers when they've had bad games versus West Ham. Come on, you Spurs, says Charles. Charles is a Spurs fan. Lovely to see you in the chat, mate. Lovely to see you in the chat. And let us know your score prediction. I went with 3-1 Spurs, and we've had at least real Tom back in a Norwich win. So let me know, Charles, what is your score prediction for today's game? Here's Aarons looking for the feet of Idar. Idar, good turn there. Rolls it into McLean. McLean has Williams out wide. Rolls it into Williams. Williams is going to clip one in here. And cleared by Spurs there. I think that was Eric Dyer doing his defensive duties. Charles is going with 4-1 Spurs. He's hoping for a goal fest, and so am I. It's so much more entertaining. So much more entertaining when it is a goal fest. Thank you for stopping by, mate. If you do enjoy, be sure to drop a like, and of course, do consider subscribing to the channel as well. Brandon Williams looks to float one in there. Good defensive duties by Serge Reguilon. But Norwich regain possession again since the goal. Norwich have got themselves on the ball just a little bit more, like they did in the first 5 minutes. First 5 minutes were definitely all Norwich. Idar tries to win himself a corner there, but has only succeeded in giving away a goal kick. I'm still very, very surprised that Eric Dyer is the centrepiece of this three at the back. I don't know if Romero, when he plays, whether he'll be the centrepiece, but I would not trust Eric Dyer as a centre half to be the centre back. But that being said, I say that, he can be a bit of a liability, but look at what Antonio Conte did to David Luiz. David Luiz was so inconsistent, a liability, all of that, and he made him into one of the best centre-backs in that season in the world. And maybe, just maybe, he can do that with Eric Dyer. And, it's welcome. As an England fan, it would be definitely welcome if we got a David Luiz prime Eric Dyer level footballer. That would be absolutely fantastic. Kane don't score, should be dropped, says Charles. Controversial, Charles. Controversial. Is it not what he gives to the team, though? Is that not why he's in the team? Because people often criticise Harry Kane, but he does bring a lot to the team, and that's a lovely switch there to find Aaron's pulled back there, looking for Pookie, and cleared at the front post, though, by Ben Davies. Norwich, I think Pookie's going to be annoyed at himself for missing that one early on. Inside 2.5 minutes, Timo Pukki maybe should have put it further into the corner. I think he'll definitely be annoyed with himself. "20 minutes on the clock. Still, the only thing that separates these two teams at the moment is a phenomenal strike. And I mean a phenomenal strike from Lucas Moura. An absolute worldie. But here is Lucas Moura again, who's got the taste for goals. Lucas Moura dances past two. Shot block, though. Falls out to Skip, who's going to drive one. And that was probably the wrong decision there by the young man. Probably the wrong decision, but worth an effort once you've seen Lucas Moura score a worldie like that. It definitely is worth an effort. January window be a good one. I mean, the thing is, Antonio Conte will look to... hang on. We've got Ryan Sessegnon coming on here. Ryan Sessegnon. I think that's Ryan Sessegnon. I can't tell from the back. Yeah, it is Ryan Sessegnon. He's looking like he's going to be coming on. Reguilon's gone down. And we've not really seen much of Ryan Sessegnon, have we? We've not really seen much of him since his introduction in a Spurs shirt. And Reguilon down at the moment. But it looked like Sessegnon was getting his orders. He's getting his what to do, etc. So it did look like that he's coming on. And Reguilon going down off the ball, a little bit worrying. And ND saying, "Afternoon to you," but saying Cess will come on. Yes, he is. He is going to come on. He's all stripped and he's ready. Number 19. We've not seen much of him, like I say, because he had that phenomenal season in the Championship for Fulham, playing as a left-back / left winger. Not really seen much of him. But this is his opportunity now. Just to confirm, Reguilon is coming off, and so does not look good for Spurs, that one. He went down off the ball, so it looks like it would be a muscle injury. And inside 20 minutes, that's one of the and in the Prem for Fulham. Yeah, he wasn't quite as good in the Prem for Fulham, but he did play in the Prem for Fulham, I do believe. Wasn't quite as good though. Heard Bale supposed to be coming back. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, would not be surprised with Gareth Bale, because he does love Tottenham Hotspur. To be honest with you, I'm quite surprised you didn't keep him after scoring a washed up Gareth Bale scoring 10, 11 goals. I say a washed up, you know what I mean? He obviously not played for Real Madrid that much, but a washed up Gareth Bale coming back and scoring 10, 11 goals in a Premier League season just shows how good of a player he can be if you actually play him and you play him in the right formation. And even then, like, you look at the goals that Kane and Son scored last season, and he still managed to notch 10, 11 goals. I think that's a pretty good return, if you ask me. And Fraser, of course, reminding everyone to do like and subscribe if you are new, or if you're enjoying as well, be sure to drop a like. Here's Grant Hanley. Just playing the ball around at the moment, Norwich. They're trying to work their way out, but Spurs putting a press on. He was amazing for Hoffenheim. I did not know that. I did not see him at Hoffenheim, Ryan Sessegnon. So I'll take your word for that, Andy, and I'll take your word for that. He's definitely a player who I think has got room to grow, and especially under Antonio Conte, I think he could do really well because he has that attacking ability, the ability to go forward, create opportunities, good dribbler of the ball as well. But then he's also got the defensive know-how and the defensive knowledge. And the defensive knowledge as well. So multiple brilliant opportunities here for a lot of the Spurs players. I think they'll be really, really good. Don't know how to subscribe, mate? You go down and you see where it says my name and you click that red subscribe button, and it's absolutely free, and it'll help me out more than you can imagine. No real clear-cut opportunities since Sessegnon has come on. No one's really ventured far enough into the opposing half. That's a lovely ball there from Billy Gilmore to find Brandon Williams outright. It really make or break for Ryan under Conte. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was, to be honest with you, because I think if not, he's at a big six side. If not, I think then you're wondering he needs to go somewhere else to get himself the game time, like maybe on loan or whatever it may be. But they definitely need to do something. It is a little bit make or break for him, but I think he could thrive if Conte gives him the right opportunities and he takes his opportunities well, like he's got today. He could definitely do well. Son finds Kane. Kane looks for Ryan Sessegnon. Sessegnon, good defending there by Max Aarons. Really good defending. Sessegnon had acres of space as well. It was a really good pick out from Harry Kane there to see the run of Ryan Sessegnon. But just trying to cut inside him there, and he did really, really well, Max Aarons, to defend that 1v1. He would have needed some cover if it had gone past him, I tell you what. Here's Lucas Moura. Moura dances, weaves, rolls it to Son, goes to Ben Davies. I nearly said Reguilon there. He's come off, hasn't he? Here is Sessegnon. Sessegnon tries to whip in a ball, but blocked by Aarons, and it falls to Lys Malou, who tries to roll it back to Aarons, but he's played him into a little bit of a mess there. And Spurs, 3 players pressing there, and they've won themselves a throw-in deep inside the Norwich City half. Norwich playing themselves into all kinds of bother there. Lys Malou should have just hoofed it clear, in my not so professional opinion. I think if Conte plays Ali works hard, he could reach his potential. That's another player, honestly, who under Antonio Conte we could see do really, really well. And it's just whether these players are willing to. Dele Alli, it's always been his attitude, which has been the problem. And, when the times were going well, no one cared about his attitude because they were like, well, he's scoring. But now it's make or break. Now it is the important part. And Oliver Fraser, has just updated us to say it is Leeds United 1, Brentford 0. Who is the goal scorer in that one? I'll update the thing for us. The overlay. Ben Davies looking forward there for Kane. Good ball into Harry Kane, but really good defending there by Grant Hanley. And manages to usher it towards the sideline. And has Harry Kane been fouled there? No. Harry Kane is deemed to have fouled Billy Gilmore in that. Bit of a weird one there. Harry Kane was running with the ball at his feet, and Gilmore just kind of stopped still static because he couldn't move. And Harry Kane giving away a foul at the edge of the Norwich City box. If it had been a free kick for Spurs, though, it would have been a free kick in a really, really advanced and exciting position potentially. But it was better play there between the front two or the front three of Spurs. They have gone a little bit quiet since that Lucas Moura goal, Spurs have. Oh, God, I didn't check my protein shake very well. Sorry, this is going to be really loud. Had loads of powder at the bottom. I just got like a mouthful of powder. It was like doing the cinnamon challenge. Tyler Roberts is the goal scorer. That's who I'm assuming was for Leeds United. Leeds United do look a little bit in danger, though, but you'd hope they'd be able to beat Brentford. Here's Brandon Williams to take the throw-in. Looks for Idar there, I believe that was, but just intercepted by Spurs. Spurs seem to be able to get themselves out really quickly. And part of the Antonio Conte way, really, but they do seem to just like put on a press instantly. And Ultimate Sloth Gaming says Spurs the best. I mean, as a Chelsea fan, I'd be inclined to disagree, but thank you for stopping by. Let us know your score prediction for the game. We've got half an hour gone, and a Lucas Moura wonder strike is separating the two sides. That's a good dummy there from Harry Kane. Son's going to shoot. It hits Kane. Oh my gosh, that nearly went in the back of the net. What on earth? That nearly was the most unorthodox goal I think I've ever seen. Almost the most unorthodox goal ever. Because Mora played a ball over to Son, which was dummied by Harry Kane. Son went to shoot from about 20 yards out, and Harry Kane, just as he took his stride, it bounced off his foot and nearly found its way into the goal. Idar's offside there. He's going ultimate Slots gaming. He's going 2-1. 1-0 up at 30 minutes. You're only back in a 2-1 win. Oh, ultimate sloth, man. But thank you for stopping by. I'll keep you up to date with everything going on in this game. And Spurs' front three seem to be able to attack on their own at the moment. But I do think they need to get the fullbacks involved. Here is Tanganga. Rolls it into Højbjerg. Højbjerg rolls that to Ben Davies. Ben Davies, who's stepped out here and driven it forward. Almost Rudiger-esque there. Here's Sessegnon. Lovely flip around the corner there by Son. But Ben Davies just not quite on the same wavelength. Not quite on the same wavelength. If you are new and you haven't already, be sure to drop a like on the video if you're enjoying. And of course, do consider subscribing as well. I'll keep you up to date with everything going on in this game. And Spurs starting to get themselves back on the ball a little bit more following that goal earlier on. Norwich decided to take the game to them, but they're now starting to get themselves back on the ball. The possession is really sort of switching between the two of them. Norwich haven't really created any clear-cut opportunities for a little while. And Josh says we've got an extra 4 subscribers. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. Eric Dyer doing his defensive duties really well there. Standing strong. Eric Dyer standing strong. Here's Omabamidele. That's such a mouthful of a name. Rolls it to Hanley. Gibson goes back to, I'm just going to call him Deli, but that might be misleading. Omabamidele again. Norwich having to take their time here because Spurs are putting on a very, very good press at the moment. Putting on a really good press. Ball clipped forward there, looking for, I think that was McLean who had swapped round with Pookie. And Norwich, though, able to regain possession. Into McLean, into Gilmore. Lees Malou goes wider. Here's Omabamidele. Goes to Max Aarons. Lovely play here from Norwich. And Aarons tries to get round Ryan Sessegnon there, but Sessegnon does really well. Does really well. And defends the ball nicely. Nicely. And it will be, though, a Norwich corner. The first corner of the game for either side, actually, quite surprisingly. The first corner for either side. And Billy Gilmore is going out there to whip it in. An outswinger with Billy Gilmore here. Gilmore whips it in just over the head, though. Falls from the edge of the box. Oh, and half effort. I was thinking that was going to be a bit Czech Tiote-esque there from Lees Malou. God rest his soul. But I do think it takes a deflection on the way through. It does off Oliver Skip. And it will be another Norwich City corner. I'm watching it online, Toxic Josh. But if you are new, be sure to stick around and I'll keep you up to date with everything going on in this game. And I've just realised this whole time I thought, oh, I left my phone over there when I was doing something. And it's not. It's actually in my pocket, so I can keep myself up to date with what's going on. Oh, gosh. Lees Malou tries to cross one there and blocked. Good defensive play again by Ryan Sessegnon, who switched on since coming on for Serge Reguilon in the 22nd minute. Omabamidele. Norwich getting themselves back on the ball. Need to see some creating of opportunities, though. It's all well and good Norwich getting on the possession, but they need to create opportunities. Gilmore tries to win one back there. Silly you, Sam. I know I could have kept myself up to date, but I'll leave you to do that, Fraser. It's your job now. Lucas Moura rolls it into Kane. Kane has Son in support. Oh, wrong pass there. Wrong pass from Harry Kane. And there's been a yellow card dished out as well for a foul further up. I think that was Billy Gilmore who was fouled Lucas Moura as he played the ball to Harry Kane there. And 20 people in here. I know, mental stuff. If you haven't already, guys, be sure to drop a like on the stream. Can we hit 15 likes on the stream? Lucas Moura just fouled there by, oh yeah, it's a bit cynical. Bit cynical from Billy Gilmore. But the actual tackle which sent Lucas Moura down was from was from Lees Malou, I do believe. So a little bit cynical. It was a kick out, just sort of a trip, but Lucas Moura rode the tackle. But there will be an opportunity for a free kick from a deep position here. And Heung-min Son is over it. A couple of the big boys are up from the back. I don't know why I always use that phrase. It just makes me laugh every time I say it. But a couple of the big boys are up from the back. And Ultimate Gaming is saying, come on, Spurs. Wants another goal from this one. Not happy, Ultimate Sloth Gaming. He wants more. Son whips this one in. But oh my gosh. Tim Krul misjudged that massively. Massively misjudged that, Tim Krul. And wow, Ben Davies, very unlucky there not to get on that himself. Very, very unlucky. It was a lovely ball in from Heung-min Son, but I don't know what Krul does here. Let me just have a look. Krul comes out for it. Does it take a deflection off anyone? It just skims the head, I think, of Ben Gibson there, right in front of Tim Krul. And clearly there was no communication between the two of them there. Clearly there was no communication because it just skimmed off the head of him. And, Tim Krul completely missed it. And if Ben Davies had been half a yard further forward, I think that'd have been Spurs 2, Norwich City 0. But ridden their luck a little bit there. If you are enjoying, guys, like I say, be sure to drop a like on the stream. The goal for today is 15 likes. So if you are enjoying, be sure to drop a like. I would greatly appreciate that. I'll keep you up to date with everything going on as well. And do consider subscribing. Oh, yeah. Spurs, I tell you what, when they're playing out from the back, it really, really worries me. Really worries me because they don't look confident. They don't quite look confident at it yet, the defensive players. They really don't. Gilmore, though, wins the ball back. Here's Gibson. Gibson into Williams. He's played Williams into a bit of a hole there, but Williams has done well there to win himself a throw-in deep inside the Tottenham Hotspur half. We're focusing there on Todd Cantwell, the cameraman is, and I think you've got to talk about him. I spoke about him briefly earlier, but he's a player, isn't he? He is a good player. I don't mean that just like he's a player, like as in he plays football, but he's an actual good player. That's a lovely ball over the top, looking for a dab, but good defensive play there by Ben Davies. Yeah, he's a good player, Todd Cantwell. He just doesn't quite fit into the formation at the minute. I think Billy Gilmore, the introduction of him and bringing him as a defensive midfielder has completely changed and revolutionised the way that this Norwich City side sets up. But that's really well done there from Sessegnon. Sessegnon pulls it back. Oh, it's gone past Moura. And Brandon Williams has been able to step up there and nick the ball himself. And, bro, you're good at commentary. Thank you, Ultimate Sloth Gaming. He's been able to get the ball out there and really good play there from Sessegnon. It was a good heavy touch. It was like, you know, on FIFA where you double tap the stick and knock it forward. He did one of them is the best way I can describe it to you. And lovely play from Sessegnon. And just Son and Lucas were just slightly in front of the ball. Good feet there from Son to get away from Lees Malou, I do believe, but really good defending there. He gets back at him and wins the ball nicely, and Norwich might be able to go back up the other end themselves. Here we go. Norwich, though, they're just slowing the play down. There's so many white shirts in front of them. Billy Gilmore there, definitely fouled by Lucas Moura. Moura trying to come back and do his defensive duties, and really well done there by Billy Gilmore. Just to nick in front of Lucas Moura as he came through. 28 people in the stream. If you are new, drop a subscribe or drop a like or let us know your score predictions. Get in the chat and let's have a discussion about this game. And I'm sure Billy Gilmore will feel a little bit annoyed if Lucas Moura hasn't been booked for that, because Billy Gilmore got booked for a very similar thing. Sam, do you practice being a commentator on FIFA? I wish I did. I do want to be a commentator at some point, of course. My degree in journalism, that is the ultimate goal for me. So maybe you'll see Sam Redgate-Large in the future actually at one of these games rather than sat in my own little studio. The ball clipped forward here by Gilmore. Oh, there's a good run down the back. Oh, my gosh, is this going to fall? No, it's cleared by Spurs. It's a little bit of chaos in the box there by Spurs, but they've got it away. I think it was Grant Hanley running around the back who just managed to clear it out. And Spurs, oh, my gosh, running. Very close. Gilmore switches it wide. Norwich got their tails up a little bit. Ball in there, looking for Timu Pukki. And here goes Here goes Spurs again. That's a great ball from Lucas Moura to set off Kane. Kane chips the keeper. Oh my gosh, Harry Kane. That should have gone in. That should have been in. Prime Harry Kane. That would have been in. But it's got about 10 yards wide of the goal. Harry Kane. Oh my gosh, he can't catch a break in a Spurs shirt at the moment. He cannot catch a break. It was a lovely ball by Lucas Moura. Probably the right decision to go to chip the keeper. But, oh my gosh, I think he's just taken his eye off it. I think he thinks that he scored before he's hit it. I think, to be honest with you, a bit of a finesse shot, a low-driven finesse shot, and he could have actually found the back of the net there. But he went for the chip, and it's ultimately turned out to be the wrong decision. Thank you to everyone who is in the chat at the moment. Make sure to drop a like on the stream or subscribe if you are new as well. Sam doesn't need to pay to watch a game, therefore I need to pay him for watching the game. Oh, thanks, Fraser. Thanks, Fraser. And if you are a Twitch user as well, I do have a Twitch account which we're trying to build up as well. So if you could go over there and do that as well, that would be absolutely fantastic. And Spurs just playing the ball around the back here a little bit. Oh, my gosh, I can't believe Harry Kane's missed that one. Cannot believe Harry Kane has missed that one. Half-time, guys, we're going to have a look through the scores on the doors elsewhere. We'll have a look through and see what's cracking elsewhere. Pookie translated the goat. No, 55. Yeah, the chat's going off. Make sure, if you are new, guys, get in the chat. Get talking to me. Let me know what you think. Let me know. Here's Ben Davies. Davies has to go back, though. He's playing at that left centre-back role. I think, I mentioned it earlier, I think he's going to be almost like the Aspilicueta of this Spurs side. I think he'll be one of those players who's a linchpin of the side, but maybe doesn't play every single game. But he'll be important because he has that ability to drive the ball forward, but then also the defensive solidity that we're so used to seeing with the likes of Aspilicueta and Ben Davies. And of course, he's maybe a little bit older now, maybe not quite got the legs on him, but definitely the ability to defend. And as a result of that, he doesn't look quite as exposed. That's a ball there looking forward for Teemu Pukki. Right idea, though, from Brandon Williams again. Do you play FIFA? I do play FIFA. But I don't stream any FIFA. Charles saying, get Son on the ball. He's gone a little bit quiet. I think, to be honest with you, I think Spurs are just trying to work out how they're going to get their way through Norwich again, because it seems to be that they're playing fast, intricate football rather than a specific player holding onto the ball and it being dictated through one player. That's a ball in. Oh my gosh, he's flat to that there, Hugo Lloris there. The shot nearly was nearly a shot come cross. They're all rubbish, lol, says Fraser. The Ultimate Sloth Gaming is getting introduced nicely by Fraser to the Sam Redgate-Large channel. Here goes Japhet Tanganga down the right-hand side into Lucas Moura. Moura finds Son. Back into Moura again. Just drifting inside here. Rolls it into Ben Davies, who stepped out. Davies looks to clip one in towards Kane and eventually finds Son. And Son's managed to get himself a corner from that. But Harry Kane there, his movement was a bit slow, a bit sluggish there, Harry Kane. I think, to be honest with you, he's just sort of like, I think he's waiting too much for the ball to come to him at the moment. There's something not right in Harry Kane's head. I don't know if it was the transfer in the summer that has just put him off, but he's definitely not getting a transfer to Manchester City in the form that he's in right now. And we're just watching that cross come shot again from Brandon Williams there. Nearly caught Hugo Lloris off guard. Here's the corner, though. Son to take it, plays it short to Lucas, back into Son. Son's trying to trick his way out of here, but he might have just ran himself into a corner there with two players around him, but he does well there to pick out Ryan Sessegnon. Now Sessegnon's driving himself into the corner. Back into Heung-min Son. Son to whip it in. Oh, punch there by Hugo Lloris. Tim Krul. Why did I say Hugo Lloris? And Spurs have Norwich have been able to clear, but Spurs get the ball back again. Here's Sessegnon. Sessegnon has looked bright on the ball for Spurs so far. Nearly just over a minute and a half left in this first half. which has seen the two sides be separated by a Lucas Moura wonder strike, and really good play from Spurs all round. Billy Gilmour clips one forward there, looking for a dar. Billy Gilmour's passing range is brilliant. Just slightly overhit that one though, and Lees Malou not able to win that back off Oliver Skipp, and Spurs retain possession once again. Here goes Spurs again. Lovely play. The 1-2s between this Spurs side are phenomenal at times. They are playing it. It's like prime Antonio Conte ball here, and that's a really well done there. I'm not so sure, referee. Not so sure on that one. I'm not sure Ryan Sessegnon's given away a foul there, but deemed to have. Since I've watched football, I've supported Spurs. Fair enough. I'm personally a Chelsea fan, but fair enough. It's each to their own, isn't it? It's whatever you fancy, whether it's your father's club where you live, whatever it may be. I don't mind who people support as long as they've got valid reason for it. Not if they're the best team, so I support them. There's got to be reason. There's got to be passion. That's my thing. Billy Gilmour spreads that nicely. Everything for Norwich City goes through Billy Gilmour. He's so calm and composed on the ball. I can't wait to have him back at Chelsea. I can't wait. I think he will be the Jorginho replacement, in a few years' time. I think he'll be the Jorginho replacement if we can keep him on our books for that period of time. Good drop of the shoulder there by Gilmour into the feet of Idar. Idar sells Avon. Cleared. Here's Lees Malou into Aarons. Looking for Lees Malou again, who's made that run. Lovely. Pulls it back there, looking for a dive. Falls to the edge of the box. I think it was Brandon Williams arriving late there, but on his right foot, absolutely hoofed into the stands there by Brandon Williams. And a bit better from a good late arrival there. A bit Frank Lampard-esque if Frank Lampard was a left wing back. But a bit better from Norwich, playing some nice football there. 3 minutes of added time at the end of the first half, and then it will be the half time, and then we'll have a look through the other games and see how Manchester United are doing in their first game under the new manager as well. And let me know as well, guys. Get your thoughts in the chat on this first half. Spurs fans, after what was it? 9 minutes? Yeah, 9 minutes. It says at the bottom there. After 9 minutes, Lucas Moura made it 1-0. It could have been an absolute rout. But I'm sure Norwich fans, if there are any Norwich fans in the chat, do be sure to get in the chat and let me know what your thoughts are to this Norwich City performance. I mean, it's taken a wonder goal so far for Spurs to be ahead. So I think Norwich, you can go in at half-time with your heads held high. Dean Smith will be pleased with the way that his team has set up so far. Tanganga into Højbjerg. I think Spurs are just going to try keep their noses ahead. Make sure that the halftime team talk doesn't change, but that's clipped forward. And Pukki, can he get on that? No, he can't. Davinson Sanchez, good defending, rolls it back to Lloris, and Lloris is able to hoof it clear up the field. Brought down there by Omar Bamadeli. Has Cantwell been injured? I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you. I think it might have been that he had a slight knock, but he's been out of favour. He was out of favour in the formation of is it Ralph Hasenhüttl? Is that who used to be in charge? No, that's the Southampton manager. Daniel Farke, that's it. That's who it is. Daniel Farke, he was a little bit out of favour with him because of the formation he liked to play. And so Todd Cantwell really needs to use if he does come on. I assume he will come on in this, especially with Norwich being 1-0 down at the moment. I imagine that Todd Cantwell will need to take his opportunities. We know there's a player in there. We know there's a brilliant player in there, but we just need to see something a little bit more. Daniel Farke, yeah, that is right. Exactly. And afternoon to you, the black and white knight. And thank you for stopping by. And that is it. That is half-time for us, ladies and gents. Half-time. And it is 1-0. So just a little bit of a recap. I mean, Norwich started brilliantly. They really did start brilliantly. And after the first sort of 10, not even 10, 5 minutes, Norwich had started really well. Opportunities fell for that man Timu Pukki, and inside the first few seconds, inside 2 minutes 30, and unfortunately for Norwich City, they haven't been able to take those chances, and now they find themselves 1-0 down. But Spurs, they had to take their opportunity, and what an opportunity. What a goal it was for Spurs in that first half. Lucas Moura, a brilliant, brilliant finish. I just realised I need to turn off the stream timer for the time being. There we are. We'll pause that there. And what a strike that was from Lucas Moura. And if you haven't seen my reaction to that, I recommend going back, because I absolutely screamed the house down. And for someone who's supposed to be a Chelsea fan, I really did scream the house down. And wow, what a strike. But what we're going to do is now, guys, because I didn't have a halftime game prepared, because like I said, I was really, really busy this morning. It's a Sunday. Of course, I get to have a lay-in. It was 10 o'clock by the time I'd woken up. And so I will take a look at the other games that are going on. I do believe it is half-time in all of the other games that are going on at the moment. And we'll take a gander. Let me load up Sofa Scores, and we will take a gander at what's happening elsewhere and have a look at the stats for this match as well. So let me share my screen, and apologies for this because it is going to do a little bit of a weird inception here because I'm on one screen. So here we go. Let's have a look. So Leeds United versus Brentford. Leeds still, importantly for Leeds as well, are still 1-0 up. Let's have a look. The goal scorer was Tyler Roberts. Get in. Assist from Rafinha. If you have a FPL team, this is just a pleasant reminder, just because I'm reminded that Rafinha is in my fantasy football league. Oh, hang on. I've just realised. Let me have a look. Let me take this off. 2 secs. Let me take this off 2 seconds. Let me take this off and remove this, and then you should be able to see it better. There we are, sorted. So just a reminder, if you do have an FPL, team, then be sure to go down into the description and find the FPL link and join the Redgate-Large League. Very competitive, just a load of the guys who usually join the chat. So, a bit of fun, bit of a laugh, and if you want to beat Fraser, because he's roasting you, then be sure to do that as well. Thank you to everyone who is watching, and like I said, if you are new, be sure to drop a like and do subscribe if you are new as well. I'll keep you up to date. This is a more than a weekly thing on this channel. We do it twice a week. We've got all the best games coming on during the week. Let's have a look through the stats. Does look like Leeds are dominating at the moment, but the thing is, you can't write out Thomas Frank's team. They are very, very good going forward. Tyler Roberts starting through the middle. Patrick Bamford will be returning soon. I have a feeling he will be returning in the next week. Surprised we haven't seen him today, though, if I'm brutally honest with you. But by the looks of things down here, still working his way back to full fitness. So that is the game. Let's see how that looks. And that moves. Wow, that moves Leeds up to 11th place after a bit of a wobbly start. Leeds will be pleased with that. Going into Christmas, if they can get themselves in the top half where they want to be, they'll be absolutely ecstatic with that. And Brentford, of course, not a bad start to the season for them either. Let's go back and let's have a look at Manchester United, who are still being held by Crystal Palace. I'm sure Oliver, if he's in the chat, is loving that. Cristiano Ronaldo is starting, and at the moment, the man of the match according to Sofa Scores, for Manchester United. But United dominating possession, but it's all well and good having dominated possession and taking the shots, but as you can see here, 2 shots on target throughout the entirety of that first half. Not good enough for them. And realistically, the team hasn't actually changed that much, has it, this Manchester United side? Pretty much exactly the same setup. Sancho getting a run out, though, importantly as well. So United, maybe we'll see some goals flying in the second half, but this is a Crystal Palace side that we know are very, very good under Patrick Vieira. Guys, you got to let me know what you think to this United side, what you think to this Crystal Palace side as well, because I think Palace have been really, really good. And this Patrick Vieira to Conor Gallagher, so excited. As you guys fully well know, I'm a Chelsea fan. Fully well excited for Conor Gallagher, and of course, who we've been watching today, Billy Gilmour, to come back into the Chelsea side. Real competitiveness in the Chelsea squad. However, let's have a look what this means so far. Crystal Palace down in 12th, and United will remain behind Arsenal and of course Spurs, because Spurs are winning so far. But that could all change. That could all change. And of course, Arsenal do play tomorrow night against Everton. So plenty of football going on. But Manchester United need to get their noses in front as well. Charles has said that United's squad is terrible. I don't think it is terrible, if I'm honest with you. Do you think Newcastle are going to get relegated? If that isn't me, then yes, I think Newcastle will get relegated. I can't see goals in them. I can't see goals in them, which is the problem. And we'll move on to the game which we're bothering about and we're looking at. If you want to see a stream for the Aston Villa versus Leicester City game later this afternoon, go down and subscribe to A View from the Stands. He will be doing that. He's a Villa fan, a brilliant friend of mine, and a great guy. So if you are new to my channel, then go and subscribe to him as well. But we'll have a look at the stats for Tottenham versus Norwich. And I think this one has been really, really even. And surprisingly, and it does surprise me, but it doesn't surprise me. Look at that possession stat from Norwich City. That shows how Norwich City are going to set up under Dean Smith. Possession-based, get themselves on the ball, cause problems. Unfortunately, though, they haven't been able to, other than that Pukki strike in the second minute. As you can see there, shots on target 1. They haven't been able to get themselves... They haven't been able to get themselves any other shots on target, which is of course the problem, because you need shots on target if you want to score. It's just a way of life, really, isn't it? It's just a way of life, and you need shots on target if you want to score. But as you can see, I'd say a fairly even game here, a fairly even game, and both sides, really, really, I think that they're showing what they can do and what they maybe are capable of. And Norwich have been impressed with the way that they are able to attack this Spurs side and keep hold of possession. Let me have a look through some of the comments. Unfortunately, because I'm currently looking at this screen, I can't actually see them on my screen. Let's have a look. I think it will be very close. It all depends on where we are in January. Yeah, that is true. The black and white night. Ultimate Sloth Gaming says, my dad loves Everton. Charles says, Newcastle spend big in January, think they'll stay up. I don't think they'll be allowed to spend big because of financial fair play, which is maybe the problem. AFCB James Reed Fan TV. That's a bit of a mouthful, but welcome. And he says 3-1 Harry Kane hat-trick. That is his score prediction. Guys, get in the chat. Let me know what your score prediction is for this second half. Are we still back in Spurs? Looking at those stats, it's been very, very even. Very even. Are we still back in Spurs to do the job? Or do you reckon Dean Smith's Norwich City will be able to get themselves back in the game, and Norwich will be rooted bottom of the table? God, bottom of the table on goal difference if they do lose this game. We are a couple of minutes away from restarting the game, so let me do this, and why has it done it like that? Do that. There we are. Absolutely sorted. Let's have a look through any comments. 1-0 up. 3-1 Kane hat-trick. And we've got Charles. They're only able to spend 35 mil or something because of financial fair play. So there's a need to sell. Very true. Sam, what would the score of Chelsea versus Tottenham be? I mean, I spoke about how disappointed I was with Chelsea yesterday. I spoke about that in the stream. But it's a difficult one to work out because the problem is Chelsea, the mentality yesterday was awful from Chelsea. And yes, Spurs are still finding their feet under Antonio Conte. But if Chelsea play like that, Chelsea won't. I'm telling you now, Chelsea won't. They won't compete because Chelsea's mentality yesterday was awful. They looked like they'd won the game before they'd even kicked off. Mason Mount scored a brilliant goal, yes. But you look at the goals Chelsea scored. One of them was a bit of a mistake by Fabianski, and the other one was a wonder goal from Mason Mount. Yes, of course, teams score wonder goals. We've seen it today with Lucas Moura, teams score wonder goals. But I would personally, looking at that performance yesterday, say that Spurs would be able to beat Chelsea. Of course, it depends on which Chelsea side turns up. If the Chelsea side that turned up against Juventus turns up, they'll wipe Spurs out of the water. But yesterday, they were absolutely awful. We've got a Norwich City fan in here, so in Let's Go Norwich, welcome. And let us know your score prediction for the second half. Let me get my stream timer all ready for us, guys. No halftime game, Chewy. No, unfortunately. I didn't quite have time, but welcome back, Chewy. Welcome back. And we've got a few more people in the chat as well, so a few more people for you to make friends with in this chat. There we are. Let me update that, so it'll be 45 minutes. We'll be ready and waiting. Quick Stars, Spurs, early goal. Think we go on a rampage today, second half, 15 minutes. We see how it's going. Hey, Norwich fan, I'm your enemy. West Ham, decent unit. They are. And Curve's in. Big up, Sam. Just showing you a bit of support to you. Thank you, Curve. Really appreciate that, mate. Really do appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Let us know your score prediction for the second half. West Ham are decent. Like I know. Obviously, like if you saw me yesterday, I was in like this pit of depression yesterday after that result. But you know, West Ham are a good side. They're more than capable of doing damage against the side like Chelsea, and yesterday, it was just the circumstances of what Chelsea did and the way that they played, which really annoyed me. I'm Korean, but I'm not a big fan of Son. Oh, controversial. You've got 18 likes. Can we go to 20 likes, ladies and gents? You're Korean, but not a big fan of Son. Wow. Why don't you like Heung-min Son? Let us know, mate. Let us know. Or is that just because you're playing Tottenham today? Is he your best friend when it's the internationals, but your least favourite? Big fan of Pukki, you know. Of course. We all are. We love a bit of Teemu Pukki. We do love a bit of Teemu Pukki. We'll be back underway, I believe, in the next minute or so. I'm still on adverts at the moment, and then we'll be back underway, ladies and gents. And like I say, if you do enjoy this stream, this is a regular fixture, or not this one specifically, but this is a regular thing for the Redgate-Large channel. And like I say, make sure to drop a like on the stream as well, and make sure that you are subscribed so you can keep up to date with absolutely everything going on. And as you can see, the scores on the doors from the other games as well. So evening as well, or afternoon, should I say? It's not quite evening yet. I'm a little bit preemptive with that one. Hi to Charlene as well. So We'll be back in a minute. And let me know, guys, if you have any questions you want to ask. If you like me, be sure, like I say, to subscribe or go follow me elsewhere as well. And if there is anyone else in the chat, I think Fraser's the only mod in the chat at the moment. So I might have to make someone else a mod in a little while to make sure that we've got more mods in the chat, because there is 46 people in the chat at the moment. So thank you to you guys, but I do need to get someone else in here who is a moderator. But we'll sort that in a little bit if the time comes. I'm sure Fraser is on top of it. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Son's a quality player. Sam, how is FPL doing for you? Venuk, mate, you could shut up. You are phenomenal at FPL. I don't know how you've done this. I'm like 8th with like an average score, and you are like 150 points ahead of me. You and Anand, I don't know what you two are doing, whether you're in cahoots or something, but you two are just flying. You're absolutely flying at this current moment in time. If anyone is an FPL fan, there is a link in my description to go and join the FPL League. It's all a bit of a laugh. So if you do have a team and you fancy joining in and you want to try and beat me, if you want to try take Venuk off his little high horse that he's sat on here, be sure to go and join the league as well. We could do some people knocking Venuk down a peg or two. The players have come back out again, though, guys, and we will be shortly underway again, and should be good. Norwich like 60% possession. I know, mental. It is absolutely mental, if I'm honest with you. Thank you, Reggie, for coming over. And absolutely mental, to be honest with you, that it is 60% possession. But they have been dominant. They have been really good on the ball at the moment. They're just lacking in that final third. And I think if they do go down this season, that will be what the problem is. But if they, we are back underway here. Kane's just kicked us off. But if they do go down, then I think they're going to come straight back up. And I know that sounds stupid because that's all Norwich City do, but they do look good on the ball. Bernardo is doing bits for me. I actually think he's the best midfielder in form in the Premier League. He probably is. I stupidly subbed in James Maddison. I was umming and ahhing between the two of them, but I've gone with James Maddison. I mean, I'm hoping they'll come back to bite me on the ass in this afternoon's game, and Maddison gets a hat trick or something. But I subbed in Mount last week, and he did really well, so I've kept Mount in as well. But we are back underway. That's enough FPL talk, guys. And Spurs did get us kicked off, now kicking from left to right. If you are new to the channel, you can see the sub goal. Which side is it? It's up here. So if we can get ourselves closer to this. And of course, I do have a vlog as well coming out this afternoon. So plenty to keep your eye out for on the Sam Redgate-Large channel. Here's Sessegnon. Sessegnon drives into a little bit of space here. Good movement from Lucas Moura ahead of him, but instead he decided to go to Oliver Skip. Here's Tanganga. Tanganga is going to drive into space, and he's come all the way back there. I'm not sure why he has. Sam, with Conte connection, do you think we raid Chelsea? If so, who? I'm not sure. I can't see him raiding Chelsea at the minute because there's not many long-standing Chelsea players in that side who would be willing to go to Spurs. If there are any of the players that played under Antonio Conte at Chelsea, like a Victor Moses, they're probably a little bit, past it by now. I hate to say it, but they are. And people like Marcus Alonso, I can't see Marcus Alonso. I think he's a little bit. Too loyal to the boys in blue. I think that's the only problem for Antonio Conte's men. If they did want to go for Chelsea players, but I'm sure someone like if they could have got someone like an Ashley Young there, that would have been phenomenal for them. Son whips in a corner here, looking for the head of Kane. It's glanced on and it's just gone behind there. Harry Kane probably should have done better with that. I think Tim Krul has to improve. I think the thing is, Tim Krul, I think he's a good keeper. I do think he's a good keeper. I think he looks worse because he's in this Norwich City side who concede and ship a lot of goals. And I don't quite know what you mean here, James, but it's called My Stream Timer, if that's what you mean, and that's how I do it. So it's like on OBS, so I put it on. So this is an OBS timer on here. So if I was to remove the OBS timer, it does that. So you see what I mean. But that's what it is. Aaron's lovely 1-2 there with Leeds Malou. Looks for the feet of Pookie. Pookie, I think, was fouled there, but the referee waves play on. Here goes Son. Son into Moura. Lovely flick from Lucas Moura. Fantastic flick. And Son's rolled it into Kane. Kane, he's been absolutely beaten there to the ball by Grant Hanley. Absolutely beaten there. And Harry Kane's been ultimately penalised there for fouling Grant Hanley. But Hanley looks so calm and composed, a very experienced head in that Norwich City defence. And I think if they're going to stay up, then they are going to need Grant Hanley to be at his best. That's a ball switched out wide to Brandon Williams, and Brandon Williams there just body checked by Jeffert Tanganga. Just body checked by him. The formation is terrible. United need to play 4-1-1-4. You what, Reggie? 4-1-1-4. How would that work? That sounds like an absolute disaster playing 4-1-1-4. I thought you were going to say like 4-1-4-1. Even that would be a bit weird. But Brandon Williams has just gone down here, by the way. I think he's just, it's just a clash of heads actually with Tanganga. I think he's just hit. Let's just have it's just on his chin. Just on his chin there, Brandon Williams, as he tried to get past Tanganga. No harm in it. Tanganga hasn't meant it. He's just stood his ground. But, of course, a painful one for Brandon Williams. Absolutely a painful one for Brandon Williams. And 460 subscribers. Thank you, guys. Brilliant stuff. Extra 10. I really do appreciate it. And if you could drop a like on the stream and get us up to 25 likes. Wow, we're on 22 as well. Good stuff. And this is the guy who I said if you wanting to watch Aston Villa versus Leicester later on, then do go subscribe to A View from the Stands. Josh, if you want to drop your link in the chat, that would be absolutely fine. And great to see the stream popping. It is. And need Spurs and Leeds to hold on and United to win for money. Oh, well, we're all backing you there, Josh. We're all backing you there. And dominating possession still here, Norwich. Kane has to use more energy. There we are. We got the full sentence there. Ultimate Sloth. He does. I think he needs to exert more, because the thing is, he just seems to be a little bit sort of running in second gear at the minute, and we know he's got 6 gears. Like, that's the thing. He looks like he's just running at second gear the whole time, and just doesn't quite look like the player that we saw last season, who was so phenomenal, so phenomenal. Who do you think Conte will sign? Do you think it'll be more foreign players? I think it will be. I think maybe he'll take a couple from Inter if he can, and then I don't think he'll try and take players from like Chelsea, because I think it's too much of a big rivalry between the two sides, especially at the moment. I think that's almost come back a little bit since the Battle of the Bridge. So I do think they'll go sort of foreign players, and I think he'll look for someone good on the ball. I think he'll look for another centre-half. I think that'll be his first point of call with the Spurs side, because you don't really need attacking reinforcements, especially if you can get the front three scoring. If it's 1-0 at the 70th minute, I bet Norwich will get something out of the game. And Josh saying, haven't been able to watch the game, but that's suggesting Norwich all the ball. Yep, absolutely. And Spurs really playing on the counter. I wouldn't say they're really playing on the counter, Spurs, but Norwich do look really, really good on the ball as they play another long ball there, looking through forward for Idar. But Spurs are just a little bit exposed at the back at the moment, and I think it's just maybe a few teething problems for Antonio Conte's team, that ball on for Idar or Timu Pukki is always on, and I think it's just a little bit of a teething problem. But I'm very impressed with Norwich under Dean Smith, and I was expecting him to sit back, but that's a really good play as well from Brandon Williams there to nick the ball off Jeffrey Tanganga, and he's got the advantage. Here is Brandon Williams again against Tanganga. There's a lovely little battle going on between those two, and is that a foul? The referee says no, and it will be a corner. Brandon Williams and Jeffrey Tanganga really going hard at themselves. Is Villa's squad better than Chelsea? I mean, I don't think so, but I'd like to think so. Also, appreciate the shout out. No worries, Josh. No worries. I might as well. I'm 90% certain 90% of my YouTube subscribers are from you anyway, so that is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Here comes the corner from Billy Gilmore. In swinger this time. It's Grant Hanley at the back post, looking to header it back over, and Hugo Lloris has to tip it over. I think he did. Oh no, hit the crossbar instead. Top of the crossbar. No real danger though. Hugo Lloris always had it covered. Always have it covered. Got to be brave when you play the big teams. Hate when teams sit to hope for minimal damage and pray they don't get battered. Yeah, that's how I thought Norwich were. That probably a bit naive of me, obviously with Dean Smith being the manager, but that's how I thought Norwich were going to set up, exactly like that, Josh. And they haven't done that. They haven't done that. Fair play to them. They just need to create a little bit more. It's all well and good having this possession, Norwich, but if they are going to, score against Spurs or even create opportunities, they need to move the ball faster in the attacking third. But Spurs are getting on the attack here themselves. And here is Ryan Sessegnon, who, of course, has come on for Serge Reguilon. He looks to roll that into Kane. Kane might have been offside there. And Grant Hanley's done really well, though, to dispossess Harry Kane, and that might have gone out for a corner as well. Pukki is probably going to do something in the game. Maybe goal, hopefully not, says Ultimate Sloth. Yeah, that's the thing. I think when you've got someone like a Pukki, Harry Kane was just onside there. When you have got someone like a Pukki on the pitch, I think you need to make sure that you are switched on, because no matter what happens, Timu Pukki, he just needs a half opportunity. I've just seen that Brentford have equalised as well. I'm just going to double check before I update the thing there, but it is Shandon Baptiste who has equalised for Brentford. So that is 1-1 in Leeds United versus Brentford as well. Missed the first half. How bad is the Reguilon injury? Afternoon to you. There might be an opportunity here. Idar's going up, but really good defending there from Davinson Sanchez. He went down off the ball, so it looks like it's a bit of a muscle niggle. Whether it's going to be awful, he did walk off the pitch, so I guess that's a positive. He didn't look like he was in too much discomfort. I think it's more a sort of a small injury that he just doesn't want to exacerbate and make into a larger one. I think that's more of it. But thank you for stopping by, mate. Thank you for stopping by. What was I doing? I was going to update the scoreboard, wasn't I? Because it is Leeds United 1, Brentford 1. And so all square there. And Leeds will be wanting to get their noses in front yet again. And because they haven't had the greatest of starts to this season. 55 minutes on the clock. Still the Lucas Moura goal, the Lucas Moura wonder goal separating the two sides at the moment. And I think that's credit to Norwich City that it has taken a wonder goal from Lucas Moura to ripple the back of the net. I think that is credit to Norwich City because they have been really, really good. Here's Son, rolls it to Sessegnon. Sessegnon's going to whip this across the box. Oh my gosh, it goes through 3 or 4 players. Ben Davies, of all people, popping up in that centre forward position. Randomly enough, Ben Davies popping up in the centre forward position, but couldn't quite find Ben Davies, nor could it find Harry Kane. I think Kane would have been offside had it squeezed its way through anyway. But Spurs using the wide areas a little bit better there. Good defending, though, from Ben Gibson to make sure that that went behind and that there was no real threat for Norwich City. There will be a Spurs corner ball, though, here. Heung-min Son to whip this one in. Flicked on at the front post by Moura. Headed clear. Falls to Højbjerg. Oh, that got me excited for no reason. That was awful. That was awful. I don't even know how far wide that went. We're going to watch it from behind the goal now. Let's see how far wide that strike went. I mean, it was high, wide, and not at all handsome. So the way I'd describe myself, yes, creativity was a problem for them against Newcastle. Just don't know if Norwich have enough goals in them. Yeah, I think that's a very valid point, that Josh. That is the worry. And Idar's played 9 games this season so far. This will be his 10th and yet to find the score sheet. Teemu Pukki hasn't been the clinical self he was right at the beginning of the 2019 season that he was. And when you've not got goal scorers, that's when you do worry. And that's why I worry about Chelsea as well, because their top goal scorer is Reece James. However, we'll move on from Chelsea. And I have no clue what just happened there. That was really weird. It literally just kicked me out for some reason. You still had the OBS timer, so you could see what minute it was. But I am back. That was really weird. If Manchester United use their full potential, we could win the treble. No, I don't think so. But that's the thing. I mean, maybe you could, but you say that about every team. If Manchester City use their full potential, they could win everything in the world. But it's the idea of getting potential and actually doing well is completely different, to be honest with you. And you've got so many things that have to go right in order for that to happen. So yeah, if you are enjoying the stream, we are 2 likes away from 25. If you could help me get to 25, that'd be brilliant. Brandon Williams in behind here, though. Really good run. Rosie back to Pukki. Pukki, Idar! Oh, no! Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. That should have been their goal. That should have been Norwich's goal. Pukki spanned his hit. But that should have been the goal. That should have been the goal for Norwich. That should have been it. Oh, my gosh. Idar's done, Brandon Williams, really, really good play. Rolls it back to Pukki. Idar's he just put his foot in the way. He's tried to just put his foot in the way and guide it into the back of the net. And he's just put it 3 or 4 yards wide. Agony and heartbreak for Norwich City. Agony. To be fair, if a club goes up and down over... Oh my gosh, that's nearly Ryan Sessegnon who got in there as well. End-to-end stuff at the moment, ladies and gents. End-to-end stuff. To be fair, if a club goes up and down over, say, 3 seasons, wouldn't they get the same money as the Champions League places? I'm not sure, actually. Lewis Clark saying, Norwich fan, but loving the coverage. Keep it up. Thanks, Lewis. I appreciate that. I appreciate the feedback, mate. Trying to be as even as possible. I am probably more in the Norwich City camp, if I'm honest with you, mate, as a Chelsea fan. But as you could tell by that scream of agony there that Norwich had missed. But thank you for stopping by, mate. Thank you for stopping by, mate. And Martial and Lingard would fit Tottenham. I'm not sure they would, actually. I think Lingard maybe would. The high energy would definitely fit an Antonio Conte side, because that's what he loves. But I'm not sure whether Martial would. I think he's a bit of a deli. He's a bit of a deli alley. Gilmore here. 60 minutes on the clock. Still separated by that wonder goal. Omobamidele goes to Aarons. Goes to Grant Hanley, who again has looked solid for Norwich City. Ball clipped forward there, looking for Idar. He's got Pukki up in support with him. Can he pick him out? He clips it over. It's going to go over to Max Aarons, though. Aarons, good touch, but Idar was offside anyway. Oh, unlucky there from Norwich City. Unlucky. Yeah, just slightly offside there, but Norwich look really, really good. I can't understate this enough. Norwich look good, and Spurs need another if they're going to want to win this. Tanganga has come off. Matt Doherty has come on for Spurs. So maybe that's a sign of we want more attacking play. We want to go get the second goal for Spurs, because I don't think Conte's happy. I think Conte would have wanted to have this game pretty much wrapped up by now. But Norwich look the better side and look the more likely to score. Speaking of goals, though, Brentford have just made it 2-1 in the other game. United's yet to score under Ralph in their game as well, and it is 2-1 to Brentford. I'll update that shortly, but here is Brandon Williams. Williams finds Idar. He's being supported by Pukki. Idar trying to run that into the corner. Davinson Sanchez clears the ball out, though, for a corner. Let me just double check that is 2-1. It is. It's Sergi Canos who has scored in the other game, which does mean that Brentford have come from behind now to be leading at Elland Road. So the agony goes on for Leeds United after their brilliant season last season. Hoofed clear there by Højbjerg, taking no danger with that one. Absolutely hoofed it up the field. But Spurs might be able to get on the attack themselves. Here's Harry Kane. Kane looks forward. Harry Kane? Harry, was that a shot or a cross? Because it looked like he was looking for Son, but he ended up picking out the goalkeeper. Son wins the ball back up high, though. Goes to Højbjerg. Højbjerg tries to roulette himself out of danger there. Ends up giving away a foul himself, though. View from the stands. I'm already subbed. Get in, Reggie. Get in. I think I saw you in the chat the other day. I think I saw him in the chat. Let me just update the overlay. I can't find them, though, now. Just to update you that it is actually 2-1 in the Brentford versus Leeds game. Sergi Canos is taking the lead for Brentford. If you haven't already, guys, and you are enjoying the stream, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. This is a frequent fixture on this channel, and this is what I do. So if you are new and you're enjoying, be sure, like I say, to drop a subscribe, and I'll keep you up to date with everything going on in this game. We've got about 28 minutes left on the clock here. Spurs have been outclassed for the most part in this second half, in this opening 20 minutes of the second half. But Norwich haven't quite been clinical enough. I'm intrigued to, Lewis Clark, if you are still in the chat, I'm intrigued to know what your thoughts are if you are watching the game. Mora threads in. Son, can he get his shot off? No. Good defending by Norwich. It was three men there who had to get back to tackle Son eventually. Good play from Sessegnon. Good tackle. Brilliant tackle from Max Aarons there, who looks like he's hurt himself in doing so. A brilliant tackle to put that one from behind. Watching this for more than an hour. Brilliant. Lovely stuff. Thank you, Ultimate Sloth. I really appreciate the support on the channel. And really appreciate that. And Fraser keeping us up to date that it is 2-1 Leeds as well. Son is going to whip in another corner. What's your prediction? I think it'll be 1-1. Well, at the beginning, Lewis, I actually said I thought it was going to be a goal fest. I thought Tottenham were going to outclass them because I thought Norwich were going to line up negatively. They haven't done that. Let me just watch this corner. Son whips it in, cleared at the front post, though. Not a very good corner from Heung-min Son. I mean, now I'm tempted to say I thought that Norwich were going to open the scoring either way. But now I'm tempted to say that I think Spurs will get the edge, but I think it'll be 2-1 to Spurs. I think Norwich do definitely deserve a point from this, though. Kane shoots from far out. Oh, good save. Brilliant save by Tim Krul there. Down. Smart save down to his bottom left there. What a save that is from Tim Krul. Harry Kane, bit of a snapshot there of showing his quality. And through a crowd of bodies, actually. That's a really good save. Probably not giving him enough credit there, Tim Krul. Really good save down to his bottom left. Spurs fans behind the goal thought it was in, but Tim Krul had other ideas. Yeah, I think it's going to be 2-1. I think Norwich will score next, and then Spurs will cheese their way to a final winner. But Spurs get themselves on the ball here. It is another Spurs corner. Heung-min Son going out to take this one. It will be an outswinger from Son this time. The big boys are up from the back. Eric Dyer and Ben Davies are loitering in there. Couldn't quite see the corner of the screen there. Whipped in by Son, flicked on at the front post, and there it is. Davinson Sanchez has smacked it in to the back of the net. After all Norwich's hard work, he smacked it in to the back of the net. And there goes my prediction already, Lewis. I knew I shouldn't have done that. Commentator's curse. I apologise. You can blame that one on me. Davinson Sanchez, it was flicked on at the front post. Let's watch this again. Flicked on at the front post by, I believe, Ben Davies, who flicks it on. It then hits the Norwich defender in the stomach. I think, who is it? It's Gibson. It just hits him on the stomach. Oh, very, very unfortunate there for Norwich City to go behind him. Fair play to Davinson Sanchez, jogging on the spot to get that. And I was hoping for a little bit more drama, but Norwich shouldn't feel demotivated by that, because they have put in a brilliant, brilliant performance so far. A brilliant performance. Oh, gosh. Well, that is Spurs 2, Norwich City 0. Spurs 2, Norwich City 0. And are we just waiting for VAR? No, we're not. We are not waiting for VAR. We are back underway. Oh, God. I do apologise. I just cursed that one for you there, Lewis. I do apologise. What can Norwich's response be like here, guys? I think they can get themselves a goal in this game. I think it's more than there for the taking for them to get themselves in a goal. Get themselves a goal before 75 minutes. I think the game opens up as well. I think they will be in with an opportunity and can maybe get themselves something back here. If they can get their tails up and get themselves a goal, then who knows what the possibilities could be for this Norwich City side in this game. I won't be coming back here, bad juju. I really apologise. I apologise, Lewis. I apologise. I apologise, dude. Bosh 2-0, says Charles. Charles is loving it. Absolutely loving it. Stacey says, come on, you Spurs. Good to see you, Stacey. If you are new, drop a like and be sure to subscribe. I'll keep you up to date. Glory, glory, Spurs. Oh, God. No one take that out of context, as I'm a Chelsea fan. Never give up, Norwich. Anything is possible against Tottenham. Exactly. Anything is possible against Tottenham. Anything is possible against anyone. We've seen crazier things, haven't we? And on the performance as well today, especially the beginning of that second half performance, Tottenham really fortunate to get that second goal. It's been all, and I hate to say it, it's been all Norwich for the most part. Here is a substitution. Sargent is coming on for Idar. So Norwich meaning business now. They need to get themselves back in the game. If they can get themselves one before 75 minutes, we're going to have a phenomenal final 15 minutes on our hands. Tottenham 5th in the league at the moment. Yeah, good turnaround for Tottenham after three wins in the first 3 games, then 3 losses in the next 3 games. Spurs have been very inconsistent this season, but 5th in the league. Of course, Arsenal still to play tomorrow night, but looking better for Spurs and Spurs fans as well. I can't believe that. I cannot believe it. I literally said, I think Norwich will score next, and then Spurs scored. Oh, God. Gibson into McLean, goes back to Hanley. Hanley being pressed by Kane there. He might have sold his keeper a little bit short there, but Krul's done really well just to hoof that clear. Header won by Sanchez, flicked on by Mora. Oh, good touch there from Højbjerg. Højbjerg with a dart of pace. Good save, though, by Tim Krul. Really good play there, actually, from Højbjerg. I didn't realise he had that. He didn't realise he had that turn of pace. What's the points between 4th and 5th? I think it's 1 point and a game in hand for Arsenal. I think that's what it is, Charles. What do you think of our new manager? Well, Stacey, I'm a Chelsea fan, so I know your new manager very, very well. I think you've done really well to get him, and I think it was a brilliant, almost like a stroke of genius, but to sack Nuno before United sacked Ole. I think that was a good shout. Good manager, but I can see him going Man United. I can't see him going Man United now that he's at Spurs. I think he's ready. He's geared up. I think if you're going to break the loyalty that you have between Chelsea and Spurs, you're going to be there for a while. Between Chelsea and yourself, then you're going to be there a while. But yeah, I think it was a stroke of genius. I just don't understand why Spurs, if they were just going to sack Nuno after 10 games, why they didn't just, like, with Conte, just go, yeah, we'll reach your demands. I don't understand that. I don't understand that whatsoever. As a Chelsea fan, what did you think about the idea of Lampard as Norwich manager? I mean, the thing is, I found that a little bit... I found there's a video on my channel from when Lampard was sacked, because I was absolutely devastated, as I still am, because I think he should have been treated a lot better than that. But I think it'd be weird for me to see him as, like, the Norwich manager, but I don't think he would have been capable enough of keeping a Norwich side up. I think Norwich have done really well to get Dean Smith. I don't think Norwich would have been capable of staying up with Frank Lampard, and I think that is the problem. Did you watch the game yesterday at 12:30? Yes, I did. That is on my channel. You can see all of my reactions to that on the channel as well, Stacey. I was rightly so fuming. I was fuming when we conceded the first goal, and then we scored, and I went, oh, what a strike from Mount, but we don't deserve to be ahead. And then, honestly. Off comes Leeds Malou. Dowell comes on for Norwich City. So Norwich trying to freshen things up here. Not much has happened in the final few minutes of play, whilst I've been reading through your guys' comments. Long throw in there. Well read, though, by Ben Gibson. 17 minutes left on the clock. Are Norwich going to get their backsides in gear? Are they going to create themselves a proper opportunity? Or will Spurs run down the clock and get themselves another win under Antonio Conte? Like I said, guys, there are 28 people in the stream. If everyone was to subscribe, you get me to my goal of 475, which would be absolutely phenomenal. And you don't realize how much that would help me out. That would be absolutely phenomenal. So, if you are enjoying, please do consider subscribing. Spurs on the ball now. Here's Ben Davies into Ryan Sessegnon. I've been impressed with Sessegnon since he's come on. He's looked positive. He's looked calm on the ball as he was there, being chased by 3 players, and he's looked good going forward as well. Heung-min Son. Have you ever gone to the... I have actually been to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, actually, but I've not been inside. Mark Brighty says, are you a Norwich fan? No, I am not. I am a Chelsea fan. But for the context of this game, I am a neutral with a slight inclination to Norwich because of Billy Gilmour. That's a lovely ball to find Doherty. They're really good defended by Brandon Williams, who's been fantastic all day long for Norwich City. Being fantastic. Yeah, I have been to the stadium. I've not been inside, but it's absolutely humongous. Here's Harry Kane. Harry Kane shoots. Oh, easy save there by Tim Krul, straight down the centre of him. Come on, Palace, says Charles. 3-0 Kane to get the next goal. If I was a betting man, Charles, if you're a betting man, I'd get that on, because Kane looks worthy of scoring a goal now. He looks like he's got his shooting boots finally on. I think it's still 0-0 in the United game. I think it is still 0-0. Let's have a look. It is still 0-0. Oh, my gosh. That could be a great result for Crystal Palace. Fantastic result. Son's giving the ball away high up here to Max Aarons. Aarons looking to whip that in. Oh, it was Sargent in the middle. Cleared, though, by Dyer. Great defensive play. Here's Williams. Rolls it back to Gilmour. You shouldn't have shot there, Billy. Should not have shot. God, that you're a Chelsea fan. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm supporting Billy Gilmour today, of course, but I am trying to keep as neutral as possible. And if you go back and find the goal in the first half, you will realise that I just celebrate any good goal, because that was phenomenal from Lucas Moura. Phenomenal. Did not expect that right out of the top drawer. Oh, Dyer plays a lovely ball forward. Good touch from Kane as well to get it down, but really good defending there by Max Aarons, and rolls it back to Krul, and Harry Kane snuffed out there. Absolutely brilliant ball there from Dyer to pick him out, and it was a good initial touch, but Kane just didn't quite get his running boots on. 15 minutes left on the clock. What is going to happen? And do you miss Conte as your manager? I mean, the problem is, if Diego Costa hadn't have been sold, I would have been like, yes, Chelsea miss him. But the whole thing with Diego Costa was an absolute shamble. And as a result of that, I don't miss Conte at all. He's been our best striker in the last 10 years. And we got rid of him because Conte fell out with him. That is the reason. Charles is predicting a Benteke winner and for Palace to win 1-0. Lewis Clark says, absolutely love watching Brandon Williams, old-fashioned defender who screams his head off and gets a good tackle in. He looks really good, to be honest with you. I was questioning maybe his defensive capabilities, but in this game, take it back. He's been phenomenal. Ball pulled back there. Who's that going to fall to at the edge of the box? Ben Davies striding onto it. Here's Skip back into Davies. Can Davies pick someone out? Rolls it into Son. Son, surely this is 3. Son, 3. There we are. Lovely play by Tottenham Hotspur. Deserved goal there. That was a lovely, lovely finish. Mark says he's a Brentford fan. Are Brentford winning? Yes, they are. It is 2-1. Sergi Canos has put them ahead. But Heung-min Son has just put Spurs 3-0 up, and that will be game, set, and match by the looks of things. Game, set, and match. A little bit harsh, that scoreline on Norwich City, and by a little bit, I mean incredibly harsh, because they've been class all day. But since that second goal has gone in, Spurs dominated. They've done what they've needed to, and a really, really good performance from Norwich, but they've just been outclassed. They have been outclassed is the best way to say it. Let me update the banners for us as well, guys. 3-0 in the second half now. 3-0. What a finish that is from Son as well. Through a crowd of bodies. Tim Krul couldn't really do much about it, if I'm brutally honest with you, Tim Krul. But through a crowd of bodies, and expected that third one. It was coming for a little while there. Norwich couldn't get themselves on the ball, and maybe it's just opportunity for consolation. Take a positive out of this game for Norwich City. Lewis, I'm going to stop complimenting Norwich City players, because every time I do it, you just seem to concede, and I don't know why or how. Nothing will ever beat the time, though. One of my mates, it was Man United versus Brighton. That's a lovely ball over the top. Oh, looking for Sargent, but just too much on it. One of my mates in the game against Manchester United and Brighton, we were sat there and we were discussing it. And this is on my channel. We were discussing Danny Welbeck, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, Danny Welbeck flopped since he left United." Blah 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 blah. And then Danny Welbeck went and scored literally 2 seconds afterwards. It was the greatest moment of my YouTube career, if you will, like being on these streams. It was so funny. Ultimate Sloth Gaming saying that's the best day ever. God, if beating Norwich is your best day ever, it's like a slightly sad life. But Norwich getting themselves back on the ball. Can they get themselves a consolation here? To be honest, they deserve to have scored a goal, but they've just not created enough opportunities. I keep saying it. Stephen Bergvine is warming up, and he will be coming on shortly. He's stripped and ready. Did Tottenham applaud on the 6th minute? I think they did. Yeah, I think I nearly missed that, but I think they did. Because no doubts that I was busy talking, as always. Tim Krul there being put under a bit of pressure by Lucas Moura. Ball clipped forward, looking for Sargent. Sargent does well to win that in front of Dyer, but Ben Davies manages to sweep up there, and Ben Davies nearly put Hugo Lloris in a bit of a pickle there. Who would you want to win if Chelsea played Spurs? Chelsea? Because I'm a Chelsea fan. Off comes Lucas Moura. Bergwijn is coming on, and let's watch this goal again. Oh my gosh, what a strike. Brilliant player. Lovely 1-2 with Son. Drops his shoulder. Omabamidele going absolutely nowhere. And Lucas Moura rifled it into the top corner. What a finish. What a finish by Lucas Moura. Easily the standout goal of the game. Easily. Here's Max Aarons on the right-hand side up against Ryan Sessegnon. Comes back to Gilmour. They're still trying to play their football, which is good to see. Which is really good to see. Williams finds Gilmour again. Gilmour's going to line one up. Gilmour! Oh, couple of yards wide. It looked like it was sailing, though. He hit it well. The young man, but maybe a little bit of frustration there by Billy Gilmour to strike that one on goal. But just a little bit of frustration by the looks of things. Just a little bit. And off comes Billy Gilmour, and Sorensen is coming on. So Norwich I believe they've made all 3 of their substitutions now. Are we still on 3 substitutions? Is that what we're still on? Oh, no, they have made 3. So have Spurs as well. Oh, lovely touch there from Sorensen. McLean finds Sargent, who finds Brandon Williams down this left-hand side. If Norwich can keep playing like this season, do you think they could stay up? I've been really impressed with them today, Lewis. I've been really, really impressed with them. And truth be told, I think they could stay up. I think what you are lacking and what you may need to go into the transfer window for is someone who's going to score. Because when Pukki doesn't score, where do the goals come from? Where do the opportunities get created from? And that is the problem today. That has been the problem all day long today. Like, if we look at the stats, still 1 shot on target. That is it. And that was in the 2nd minute. That will be the problem. That will be the problem for Norwich City. It really will. Norwich they've been good possession of the ball, but like I say, they need someone who is gonna make them runs, be good on the ball, and Charles has agreed with me there. Can't see who's going to get your goals. Mark says, "How old are you?" I am 22. I'm 22 years old. That's how old I am. And I can't see who's going to get the goals. That if you can find a goal scorer, if you can bring someone in who over the January window who's going to get you 6 goals, 8 goals by the end of the season, then absolutely you've got every chance of scoring. But that is a huge but. Like, finding someone like that, they don't grow on trees. Top centre forwards like this season. Realistically, the centre forwards we've had scoring goals haven't really been that many, have they? And, we've had Ronaldo scoring. Lukaku scored 3, isn't great. Firmino's not scored that many. Jota and Firmino obviously splitting that because they've played not so many games. Aubameyang's not really scored. So goals are hard to come by. And Norwich need goals. They really do. Do you play FIFA 22 on Xbox One? Yes, I do. Oh, such a randomly vague, not vague. What's the opposite of vague? That was such a random question. Why is my brain fried? Yes, I do. Yeah, I absolutely do. I can see we're on 467 subscribers, which does mean we have gained 17 subscribers in this stream. Phenomenal stuff. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far today and hit that like button as well. We are on 28 likes as well now, guys, which is a phenomenal amount. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, if you haven't already, drop a subscribe and I'll keep you up to date. And lovely nutmeg there from Timo Pukki inside the box here. He's just had to turn back, pull back. Sargent. Oh, he's hit both of his feet. Oh, that was the opportunity. If they were going to get a goal, it was going to be there. Oh, it's hit both feet and come out. Oh, Pukki did really well, though. Fair play, Timo Pukki. Yeah, if you could help get me up to this goal over here. That would be phenomenal. That would be absolutely phenomenal, guys. 29 likes. Thank you, Ultimate Sloth Gaming, for keeping us up to date. And thank you to everyone for the support on this stream. I'll try to keep you up to date with everything going on. And of course, there'll be plenty of streams coming in the future as well. And if there's the demand for the games, then absolutely, I will keep on doing it. My goal was 500 by the end of the year because we hit a bit of a rut and I wasn't really enjoying it as much. But do you cover most Premier League games? What I tend to do is I'll tend to do maybe a Chelsea game because, of course, I'm a Chelsea fan, and then another that catches my fancy. So if you look, there's a playlist on my channel called Live Streams and or Premier League Live Streams 2021, and I sort of cover. Oh, Højbjerg's gone down holding his groin here. That did not look good. Completely off the ball as well. Maybe an injury there. So I cover a lot of Premier League games as much as I can and as much as I fancy, sort of thing. Obviously, without it getting in the way of my actual life, because these are my weekends. But I've been able to go to the gym today as well, so hence the protein shake which you saw earlier, keeping myself nice and fit and healthy as well. But yeah, and I'll be doing Champions League in midweek as well, probably the Chelsea game. And looking at some others as well. So, like I said, if you've enjoyed, be sure to drop a like, hit subscribe as well, and we'll get a bit of a channel going and a bit of a community. It's great to see so many fresh faces in the chat there. We've got 4 minutes left here in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and let's just see that again. Where did he get injured? I'm not quite sure, actually. I'm not quite sure where Højbjerg got injured there. He was a little bit, I think he might have just overcommitted to a tackle, and he's just felt his groin a little bit there. But I think Spurs have made all 3 substitutions, so they are going to have him come back on. Who's Chelsea playing? I forgot this week. Oh, this week it's a big one. It's against Zenit, I do believe, in midweek in the Champions League against Zenit. Lovely ball round the corner there from Settignon, but just rolled out of play. So, man of the match. I've got to think about that, haven't I? Man of the match. If anyone is watching as well, let me know what your man of the match is. But man of the match has to be on that Spurs side. Unfortunately, because I think Grant Hanley's been really good. I think Gilmore's been good as well. And Brandon Williams as well, I think, had a really good game as well for Norwich. But, they are 3-0 down, so I don't think I can justify giving it to them. However, I think... Well, let's think. Harry Kane has been a little bit quiet in this game. Heung-min Son's got a goal assist. Lucas Moura scored that worldie, but other than that was pretty quiet. I think I'll give it to Son for a goal and an assist. But, of course, the assist wasn't much of his own doing, was it? Wasn't much of his own doing. Let me know your Ultimate Sloth Gaming going with Son as well. Let me know your man of the matches as well, folks. Let me know. Sargent tries to clip one around the corner there for Pookie. Here is Brandon Williams. Just taking his time here, weighing up his options. Rolls it back to Ben Gibson. Gibson looks for the feet of Pookie. Pookie flicks it around the corner. Lovely ball. And here's Pookie again. Pookie pulls it back. Is this going to be the opportunity? Oh, it's come out. And there's going to be a clipped ball in there looking for Sargent. And it's cleared out again. Really, really good defensive play. Stacey's going with same here with Heung-min Son. Yeah, I think it's deserved. I think he's been good. He's been pretty much all that's been good for Spurs when they've been quiet. And I know Charles said he was quiet earlier on, but he's shown that actually he doesn't need to be completely in the game all the time. But I also think the Spurs defenders deserve a bit of credit as well. Norwich whipping the corner. Is this going to go in? Pinging around Grant Hanley and Pookie, head tennis. Who is your favourite Chelsea player? Mark, you'll get to know this. It is Mason Mount. It is Mason Mount by a long, long way as well. I've got I don't know where my Chelsea shirt is. It's over there somewhere, but he's got Mason Mount on the back. Long ball forward, force the Sargent, but again, bit of a slip there from Ryan Settignon in the penalty box, and Norwich regain possession. Norwich have their tails up now. But the cross looking for Josh Sargent wasn't great. Was not great. But I do have to say, what a goal from Moura. Yeah, totally agree with you there, Stacey. Totally agree with you. A phenomenal goal by Lucas Moura. Phenomenal. Like, I absolutely shouted the house down. And like I say, I'm a Chelsea fan, and it takes a lot for me to scream at a goal. But that was some finish from Lucas Moura. Harry Kane looking long there for Bergwijn, but really well intercepted and read between the two Norwich City defenders. 30 seconds left on the clock, ladies and gents. Aarons. Sorensen finds McLean, who's going to try switch that, looking for Brandon Williams. Can Norwich get themselves a goal? I want them to get themselves a goal. They've been really good, but also I don't, because Hugo Lloris will get me will get me fantasy points. If anyone, like I said, if anyone is a fantasy football fan, there is a fantasy football league for you to join. Just check it out in the description, and yeah, you can go enjoy that as well, and see if you can beat me. See if you can beat me at the fantasy football as well. Not long left to play here, guys. One last push for subscribers and likes. We are two away in terms of likes on this stream from 30, and 3 subscribers away from 470. So if we could really push, that would be absolutely brilliant. It's going to be another Spurs corner by the looks of things. What's added time? It is 4 minutes of added time. And really impressed by Gilmour this season. Do you think Chelsea will keep him after his loan ends? It depends on what we're doing with Barkley, what we're doing with. I think he'll be the person who takes over from Jorginho. It's just how long do we want to keep Jorginho at the club for? Because that will obviously hinder Billy Gilmour's growth, and that is the only problem with that. And unfortunately, I don't know how long, because the amount of Chelsea players in midfield at the moment is loads, because we've still got Conor Gallagher to come back. That's going to fall to the edge of the box. Oh, just sliced it there. Matt Doherty from that corner fell to the edge of the box to Matt Doherty, but couldn't really get his foot through it, and he's just sliced it wide of the goal. Yeah, I'm not sure if they'll keep him, if I'm honest with you. I'm not sure. I think he'll end up going out on loan one more time. And then by that point, Jorginho will be 31, and then I think they'll start to integrate him in. If Billy Gilmour wants to do that, obviously it's completely up to him. So, but I'd love to have him back. I think it's exciting to have him, Loftus-Cheek, Reece James, all of these players who come through the Chelsea academy. I know obviously we bought Billy Gilmour, but there's so much excitement around that Chelsea training ground at the moment. Charles says, thanks, Sam. No worries. Thank you for stopping by, Charles. I really do appreciate it. And make sure to come back in midweek for a couple more Premier League, Champions League games, maybe a Europa League game as well, if I've got the time. Can Norwich notch now? Omabamidele looks for Brandon Williams, but the pass was just a little bit short there, and lovely flick there from Bergwijn to Doherty. Doherty's got green grass in front of him, rolls it instead into Kane, and that's a poor ball from Harry Kane. Teemu Pukki able to win it, and Teemu Pukki's done really well down this left-hand side, but great defending by Davinson Sanchez to keep that clean sheet, to make sure he didn't get through. My dad, who is Everton, better beat Arsenal. Exactly. I'm looking forward to seeing my Spurs YouTubers videos later. I bet you are. Aaron says Norwich are so bad. Aaron, I know what you're here for. I know what you like now. But Norwich have been really good up until that second goal went in. The second goal was against the run of the game. And Norwich have been really good, and it's been fair play to them. Norwich have been really, really good, Aaron. I think the one thing that they don't have, which Newcastle do, is a goal scorer. And I think Callum Wilson will fire. I'm now a bit more convinced that Newcastle will stay up. Good morning from Paris, France. I don't think you're that far off on the time on the. on the time zones, but good morning to you, Didier. Thank you for stopping by. If you are new, mate, drop a like, and be sure to subscribe us as well. Like I said, we are a couple away now from 470. We'll have a bit of a debrief after this, and that is that full time? It is full time. There we are. Not much happened in those final few minutes. Spurs doing their job, just shutting down Norwich City, and not. I think there's lots of positives for Dean Smith and Norwich City to take out of that. But like I said earlier on, and like a lot of people have said, did Fraser leave the stream? He probably did. Yeah, he probably did. Like I said, a lot of the positives around Norwich is the passing, but they're lacking a goal scorer. They really are lacking a goal scorer. So let me just have a look at the games elsewhere. We'll have a bit of a debrief, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this Tottenham Hotspur performance. It's been a good performance as far as I'm concerned for Tottenham Hotspur. And starting to mould a little bit under that Antonio Conte role. Let me just load up his goal so we can see if United have taken the lead yet. Fred has scored. So, yes, there is a United lead. Fred is doing bits at the minute. He's carrying Manchester United. What a weird thing. What a weird thing. Anyway, let's just update the overlays for you guys, and then we will let me load up the other games as well. So it is Manchester United who are 1-0 up finally. They did actually go 1 up a while ago, but unfortunately the notification didn't come through, which is a little bit annoying. And I do believe Patrick Bamford's just come on and equalised. Late drama in the Brentford game as well, folks. Late drama in the Brentford game as well. So Patrick Bamford, the hero for Leeds United today, has come back and grabbed himself a late equaliser. That could be a vital point come the end of the season. A vital point. Let me share my screen here for you guys. Sonny good. Yeah, he was very good today. Very, very good Heung-min Son today. And let me share my screen. Share screen. That screen. That's the one we want. And then what I need to do is remove the banner. That's what I need to do. There we are. Right. And I'll remove that as well because that is also me. Right, guys. So here we go. This is what we can see so far. You guys, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. Oh, don't want to click on that. Command plus. There we are. Right. Is that better for you? Yeah, much better. Much better. So the scores on the doors today. Leeds United 2, Brentford 2. Manchester United have scraped a win. My God. United scraping a win. Just scraping a win. And, of course, the game for today. Get in the chat, guys. Let me know your thoughts on today's game. Fred's goal was really good, apparently. I mean, he's in a bit of good form, isn't he? He's in a bit of good form. But Tottenham versus Norwich City. And just speaking, Aaron, a minute ago, this is the problem right here. This lack of opportunities created, a lack of opportunities, shots on target. This shot was 2.5 minutes in for Norwich. They were so good on the ball. That shows. Look, first half, 61% possession. Second half, a little bit less possession. But to go to Spurs and have 61% possession, there's a lot of positives to take out of that for Norwich City. And unfortunately, it does mean they are rock bottom of the league. But also, a lot of positives for Spurs here today. A lot of positives to look at. You know, the performance of Heung-min Son, the goal from Lucas Moura showing how good he was. Davison Sanchez getting himself a goal, having a rock-solid performance. Eric Dyer, I was pleasantly surprised with. He looked really good in the centre of that defence. And so now we're just sort of looking at a Spurs side who are now maybe finding that confidence. It depends what they can do in the Conference League, of course. If they can find something decent in the Conference League and do okay, then that is a completely different question, though, isn't it? And Ben Davies as well, who also had a good performance. Let's have a look at what that means for the league. And I think it was Ultimate Sloth Gaming who said his dad is an Everton fan, and Everton do play Arsenal tomorrow. So in terms of the North London rivalry, Tottenham have propelled themselves back into 5th place, which does make them the third best team in London at the moment. But of course, behind Chelsea and West Ham. But and then of course Arsenal tomorrow, they can leapfrog them and go back 5th. Let's have a look. Positive for Spurs, even though Norwich had 61% possession. I think Newcastle had more against Norwich with 10 men, lol. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of positives to take out of that Spurs performance, if I'm brutally honest with you. There's loads, because I think the way that Antonio Conte is going to run it, and I think we saw it when he was at Chelsea, was playing the ball between that front three, but not retaining possession for a long, long period of time. And that is what they've done today. They've hit on the counter-attack absolutely fantastically and scored a load of good goals there, a load of good goals. And credit where credit's due to Spurs. Lewis says, for a club our size to have possession like that, though, can't complain. I agree we need more goal scorers. Happy with our wing-backs. Max Aarons will have grabbed for a bigger team soon. Yeah, totally agree with you as well there, Lewis. Totally agree. I think that has shown that win today shows what the future is looking like under Dean Smith. And I think it's a very, very positive future for Norwich City. I think it'll be a really positive future for Norwich City. And yes, okay, you can criticise them for not getting enough attacking options and doing well enough in the wide areas, maybe. But, you know, Brandon Williams, Max Aarons were really good. 2 young players there. The squad is going to have a look and going to have a look, and, you know, you're going to have a look at it in a few years' time and be like, actually, we've got a good squad, especially if you can keep hold of someone like Gilmore. You know, there's lots of talent in this side, and I think that was a promising performance. I think what it showed today, and you can see down here, 26.1 years, that lack of not leadership, but lack of experience, because when they went 2-0 down today, they switched off. Norwich did. They didn't look like they were going to get back into it. They had a few half chances, but between that and Heung-min Son's goal, they didn't look like they were going to get back into it. And so Norwich City, that, you know, after that they were you know, their own downfall really. And for the first 20 minutes up till about the 65th minute before Davinson Sanchez scored here, all I can say is Norwich were the better side. They were the better side for a long, long way. And credit where credit's due to Norwich, but unfortunately, that is what you get when you come up against the top 6 side. If you don't take your chances, if you don't get enough shots on target, then you will suffer. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. Oh, this has kind of ruined the experience a little bit for you guys, hasn't it? Let me add a banner back up. Here we go. Kind of ruined the experience a little bit there for you, but let me add a banner on so it looks a little bit more professional before I do sign off, guys. Have we got any final thoughts in here, guys? Anyone got anything that they want to say? And of course, any of the other games as well. Happy to hear about those as well. If you've got anything else you want to say, Aaron saying, I'm only going by stats. I watched the other games. Yeah, that's the thing. Spurs, like they didn't need to have possession. Possession doesn't win you games, as we've seen today. And but it was credit to how well Norwich played for the first 65 minutes that they did actually beat them in possession. And Aaron trying to get Aaron's to go to Newcastle as always. So I'm going to leave you guys there. I don't think there's any other people who are going to be commenting in the chat. Thank you for all those new subscribers. We've absolutely smashed it today. And I believe I'm 1 subscriber away from 470. So if you haven't already subscribed and you enjoyed today's stream, be sure to drop a like, smash subscribe as well. That would mean the world to me. There is a vlog coming out from my holiday to Berlin coming out tonight, the final one in the series. So if you are new to the channel, there is a playlist on my channel called Berlin 2021, and go and watch those. It's a little bit, you know, you get to find out more about me and what's going on in my life, that type of thing. And yeah, that is all I've got to say. I will be back in the midweek, so make sure you've got your notifications turned on as well, so you don't miss an upload and you don't miss a stream. Hopefully more regulars in the chat. Yeah, it'd be nice to have some more regulars in the chat. Bit of a different conversation. I've enjoyed it today because we've had brilliant conversation. Thank you to Lewis, to Stacey, to all those people who have come in the chat as well. Charles as well, making great conversation, and Ultimate Sloth Gaming, you made brilliant, fantastic conversation for me, which has been awesome. Thank you to you guys. So I'm going to leave you there. I am absolutely starving because I didn't have any lunch, which was a poor decision on my end. But thank you to you guys. We'll see you on the next video. And most importantly, guys, stay safe. Cheers.